So let's start with experience points, of course. Gustav, what are you buying?
5 agility.
Uh-huh. And that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Johannes, what about you?
I'm buying 5 agility.
You're buying 5. Okay. Lambert?
I'm buying nothing.
Okay. And Gaston? Lalo?
I made my purchases last time.
Okay. I'm either gonna buy fellowship or figure out what to do with the skills thing. So, if I want to buy a skill, that's possible too as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Or no?
you
Okay.
can. You can buy the skill.
It looks like I have charm at half. So can I advance, I guess, to taken? How does that work?
It would be in the list of your skills for your career. So on your skill paper or whatever that tells you all of your advances, your main profile, your secondary profile. There will be a section for skills and talents, and then underneath it will be what you need in order to complete the career. So what I've been doing is making a JPEG copy and then marking it up. So I put a slash, a tick mark next to things I take, a slash through ones I've finished. I circle ones that I already have, so that I know that I'll get a plus 10% if I take them. That kind of stuff.
Okay. Well,
so that's what you need. Is I don't know what your I actually keep on forgetting. You're a Grail Knight now.
I'm a Knight of the Realm, I believe.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for time's sake, I can either just hold on to my points. I only have 185 to use, and then we could just do it next time because I was not prepared, so I didn't look that up. So.
But what kind of skill do you want to buy?
I guess I'll go ahead and buy fellowship.
Fellowship. Just so fellowship plus 5. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So it'd be 45 now.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so fellowship plus 5, right? So it's 45 with you. Okay, so I think this is it, and Sean is still making notes. So that's cool. Yeah, and we can start. So last time, if I recall correctly, you were supposed to go to the Golden Triangle Club, but there are 2 groups of you now, and one group will go normally, and that's Gaston. If I'm correct, right? You just travel there, via the via streets of Altdorf, and the other group will go underground through the sewer system with the sewer jack, right?
Well, I think I don't know if we actually confirmed what we were doing.
Okay.
I think we were going back and forth about it.
Okay.
And I don't know if it ever actually got decided. Am I incorrect in that, guys?
No, I think you are very correct in that. Because I was like, I want to go down the fucking sewer. but yeah. Because I wanted to go find out where Glorina was going. But let me. Do you guys remember where we left off in the notes? Because I don't.
Exactly. The sewer jack was just about to leave the one-eyed miller, and we had 1 hour to meet him at the entrance to the sewer.
So
And meanwhile, the other group has to go and meet at the entrance to the Golden Triangle Club.
Yeah. So all it says here is he was telling us what kind of gear we needed.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Don't touch anything that looks strange. Watch out for rats.
Watch out for snakes.
Yeah. High boots
You guys
are best.
remember where the Witch Hunter's Lieutenant's safe house is? She gave us an address. We've never actually been there.
She gave you the address. I never really specified where it is, but you have the address, so
okay.
So you will be able
I think we need to get to her.
to go there.
Yeah, I guess my note taking was getting a little lax towards the end there because well, what I remember is that I wanted to go find Glorina, and I wasn't super interested about going down into the sewers. But if we were worried about not splitting up or whatnot, then I guess I would have to go with you guys.
Yeah.
But that's it. Did we even figure it out? Was it going to be because Gaston is going in as a guest,
Yes. Gaston
right?
is going
Yeah,
as
I'm
this.
going.
Right.
I'm going to serve.
And then is Lambert going to be
Lambert
his?
invited as a servant.
Okay, so he was going to go in again, even though he didn't. It sounded like he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we were
Really?
trying to decide if it would be best to have him. It definitely, I think, would be better than trying to bring some other random person. I mean, I guess I could go completely alone, but
You can
I think
roll,
we need to-
Gaston, if you want, you can roll etiquette. I think you should have it as a knight. You can roll etiquette plus 20%.
It would probably be if etiquette would be intelligence or fellowship.
That's a good question.
Because I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't have etiquette on his sheet because he would have to
I
have
don't
written
see
it. You would have to have written it in advanced skills. It's not a.
advanced
It's
skills,
not.
okay.
Yeah. The skill.
It's a talent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a talent. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
right.
talent.
Okay,
I don't know.
So roll intelligence in that case, 20%.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You would know that a Knight of Bretonia in a foreign land, it would be seen strangely if you would arrive without some kind of servant, maybe even a few.
Okay.
Only one servant.
Yeah, I mean, one servant is enough, but
I keep cutting out, boys. I'll be right back.
sure.
Okay.
But if you
Well-
would arrive without a servant, like at all, that would raise some eyebrows.
Right. Well, looks like Lambert's going. So.
I mean, if you would be a mercenary knight, of course, like from the Empire or Hatfu, Tylea, then sure. But remember, you are a noble son of Bretonia, and well, you're a better knight than everyone else.
Right.
Which is, of course, true to well, not even to some extent. That is true rather in general. Okay, but please tell me, are you discussing of this in at your inn or somewhere in the street? Because if I recall correctly, you have very little time before the sewer jack will actually want to take you underground to the Golden Triangle. Like I think this is you said that this should happen tonight.
Yeah. I feel like we were still like
Yeah.
he was just like later dudes and we
Yeah,
were
yeah,
still
yeah.
sitting around the table
Right.
trying
Right.
to figure
We're still
out
at the one-eyed Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are, because you are supposed to buy all of the necessary gear.
Oh yeah, we asked him where to go. I remember that too. And the guy said that I was stupid for asking that. But they did.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, we have to go get that stuff, and apparently it's supposed to be on my dime. I think.
Well, if you say so.
Well, I think that's what it was all implied, essentially.
Alright.
I'm gonna lean forward so nobody else can hear what I'm saying. And I'm gonna say I think we should go to the Sigmarite safe house. They might have something there, but we could certainly use your help.
Yeah, but weren't we worried about her just running? Oh, what was that? Aren't we worried about her just being like a bull in a china shop there and just trying to slaughter everybody, or any of those guys?
I'm not at this point.
Oh, okay.
Like I think we kind of need that, like, because Lambert and Gaston are going to be sitting ducks. I mean, they might have some nefarious plans for them to invite them back like this. I mean, they have to know they're bogus. So we need to get to them from the sewers, and Lambert and Gaston need to be working their way to us from the top.
Hello.
We need to
Yes.
rendezvous to make sure
So-
the other group is all right.
Well, I guess that's part of the problem with our plan is that we didn't really have a plan what we were going to do. So now that you talk about it, I mean, I don't know about meeting up and all that stuff, but I think maybe you're right about involving a witch hunter or a Templar or whatever to come with us through, and we'll gather all the evidence and whatnot. Right? So we don't technically ever have to meet up with Gaston and Lambert. We just have to get in and get the info, and they'll be there, holding their attention or whatever.
Well, I want to make sure they're safe, and honestly, I want them to make sure we're safe. Because if something goes awry on either end, that's it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a way that I can almost conceal some kind of weapon into the place without them noticing.
I mean,
to carry.
You'll be able to walk out with your sword without any problems. You know that.
Walk out of there with my sword. Yeah, but not walk in.
No, sorry. Walk in with your probably. Oh, yeah, because they took the.
They took it all last time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that depends.
Right.
The problem is that. Well, I mean, in this situation, I think even your chivalry code would probably tell you like it wouldn't be that important. You might want to smuggle a dagger or something.
Right.
However, how would you do that?
What good is that going to do me against 20 guards?
Nothing.
That are in there.
Then again, you also know that even with your heirloom sword, 20 guys rushing you from all directions, that would be a tough fight to win. It would be possible, but it would be tough.
Right.
Is Lambert here?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, do you think you could talk your way into them letting you into the sewer entrance, or showing it to you or something, and then once the door's open, we could bust in with weapons? And
I don't even know what's
and it's a
down
robbery,
there.
so you don't have to blow your cover.
The sewer entrance is down in the basement, right?
Yeah.
Presumably. I don't think it'll be in the attic.
Presumably that's where they would store what? I don't know what they store down there and what I could use as a
wine.
something
what else
to
would they
roll
have?
over somebody's
Okay.
Are they gonna send me to get their wine?
Okay. Here's the deal. So, we should bring extra weapons that then we can give to our friends when we see them inside the building.
Yeah, because they're gonna disarm us.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna disarm you first. So the point is that if we're at a point where we need weapons in there, the jig is up, right? We've been caught. So we don't need to hide it once we're in that situation. I mean, oh, don't mind me. I'm just covered in shit and walking through your hallway here.
So
thank you for inviting me to your party. I mean, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm not. Finish your thought.
Well, so all I'm saying is I think if Gustav thinks we need to get the Templars involved, or at least see if we can get some gear off of them, at the very least, we can smuggle in extra weapons for the two of you. And then
you cut out. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said we could smuggle in extra weapons and then it cut out.
Okay. Well, all I heard I was going to say, and then I heard you cut out. Extra weapons for Lambert and Gaston.
So you're trying to break into it, but what are you trying to accomplish? I guess I'm missing something.
Yeah, I also
want to ask that you guys. I didn't realize that you guys were trying to get in and mess some stuff up while we're there.
Well, that's just it. I never understood why we were trying to get in either, but I'm just going with it.
Well, weren't you just trying to find like essentially not a secret entrance, but like a non-watched entrance into the place?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But my thought
future
was,
necessarily, like, you know?
my thought was, you guys are going to be sitting ducks on the inside anyway. Like that we should rendezvous, and who knows? Maybe we run into some trouble in the sewers. Then we should try to work our way to each other.
Most
Okay,
likely.
but so that doesn't explain. Right now, to me, all of our solutions are to the problems if we get in trouble. But what are we actually trying to do? That's
I
the
think-
that's the question.
I guess maybe I thought maybe you guys were trying to confirm a way in, and then probably at a later date that would probably involve all of us going in there, maybe even with your crazy person that you're talking about, and I guess then trying to mess some stuff up, maybe like late at night or something, you know.
Our theory was that the Crimson Shade was being smuggled out not through the front entrance, but through another secret entrance.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
So I mean,
that's
it could just be a rob. We could pretend it's a robbery for that. We're here for the drugs. Hand them over. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, that's just it. But so the point is that in all of these scenarios, if we get caught at the entrance, we're not linking up with the other guys, and I don't see. I mean, unless somebody comes up with a fancy way. Oh, excuse me, I have to go take a shit, and then comes down to, and that's just it. Do they even know from the inside where the entrance is? I don't think Lambert and I mean, it's in the basement. Okay, where in the basement? How do you get to the basement? You know how to get to the
like that's part of the problem is
Mhm.
getting to the basement. I'm sure I can finagle a way to get down there. The other side is, how attached are you to the clothes you're wearing right now, and could we not just dress you in the same way that the servants are dressed, or at least have those clothes with you, and you change when you get in?
Yeah, no, that. I mean, that's not a bad idea to
He'll still
to
stink though.
But change your
Ooh.
clothes goes pretty far. I've got some
Yeah.
perfume.
Maybe we can get some of those masks too, and just dress up like the cultists or whatever they are.
That's true.
Why don't we just join a cult and then?
Yeah, hey, guys, let's just join the cult.
Yeah, I'd like to join your
Correct me
cult.
if I'm wrong, but didn't you also want to discover at Golden Triangle what's actually happening in the northern part of the city? You know, the two places that supposedly Garina visits? Or... Whoa.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, Sean. You're a robot now.
You're not cutting out from activity clearly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it's a Discord problem today.
Yeah, Discord
Yeah, I mean,
problems.
There's a lot
No.
of Discord on Discord.
No one's actually cut out on my end yet. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you said so and so cut out, I was like, I didn't hear them cut out at all.
Yeah, that's a Discord problem. Alright, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's maybe try I think in row 20 you can just talk.
You should be able to.
Yeah, so let's
Very-
disconnect let's all disconnect from Discord. Let's enable our microphones. In row 20 you can do this
Oh
if you're
shit!
using Chrome, right next to the home icon.
I do not have one.
What?
I don't have one.
What?
Do you have headphones with a mic?
No.
Okay.
Well, you should still be able to use microphone. I mean, you are using microphone right now. It's
No,
On my
he's-
phone though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your
Well, you can do it on your phone, I guess. You can log on that
your
way.
phones have microphones, so you know.
Yeah, but I can't use Roll20 on my phone. I don't think.
Okay. Well, I mean, for now, I think it's all right. So let's stick to row 20. To Discord for now, and we'll figure something out if it comes back. Maybe we'll need to return to Skype for some time. We shall see. Okay. So anyway, continue, please.
Well, we're back to square one. Okay.
Yeah.
So all I was saying is that to me it wasn't clear what we're trying to do by getting in underneath it's been made a little bit more clear that we're trying to find out where they might be passing the drugs in and out through the sewers, maybe, and finding out an alternate way to get in there. Good idea. I think finding the way, establishing that you can get in there, that's kind of should be the end of it. So from the inside, Gaston will essentially be running interference so that Lambert can run around and do shit. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I think is happening. Is that Gaston is going in there going, "Hey, look at me,"
right?
Ooh ah, and Lambert is poking around trying to find where other other areas of ingress and egress are, while we or Gustav are trying to find the way in from the sewers. Secondarily, I think we asked the kids to keep on watching Guarina. Was that?
Yeah.
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 I think we did ask them to continue doing that, and they agreed. So I would like to know where she's going up north, but I could, since it sounds like we need more people in the sewers just in case, I could go to the sewers and wait for the kids to report back, and then figure out how to follow Guarina after that. Right?
Yeah. Those seem to be the two time-sensitive things. Is Lambert and Gaston have to get back to the Golden Triangle, and we have to meet the sewer jack in an hour. So
yeah,
that's
so
why.
So let's just go buy some gear and go to Adventurers Are Us and get some disposable clothes, or get some shitty
let's go
clothes.
To the safe house. Maybe they have stuff there we could use. We don't have to be out of coin, like out of pocket.
I feel like anytime we involve ourselves with them, we have to play this game with them, and I'd rather not play games with them right now, personally.
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like we're always on the edge of having to be semi-not truthful, or being caught out for being semi-not truthful. Or
we're going to walk her right into the sewer entrance of this place. So I don't see what we're worried about.
Okay. Well, okay, but so here again we go back to the point. Is she gonna let us just go, hey, here's a sewer entrance? Okay, cool, let's leave now. Is she gonna let us do that, or is she gonna be like, go in and kill all the non-believers?
She seems to have tact. She was she was doing a stakeout on the Golden Triangle when we first met her. She wasn't just going in there.
Yeah, true. All right. Okay. I would like to
prefer working with her than her boss, to be honest.
Sure. But I would prefer to have as little contact with them as possible. Only when we need to.
I know, he said we need crossbows and cudgels, so I thought witch hunters.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever we do, we need to do it fast. So we're all going to the Golden Triangle tonight.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
in some shape or form.
So, if I got this right, Gaston Lambert go to Golden Triangle as a knight and his servant. Yes? Standard stuff.
Right.
All right. And Johannes Gustav, you two are traveling with the sewer jack through the canals of Altdorf. Sewers of Altdorf. Right underneath the Golden Triangle. And you try to get inside through the basement. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
All
yeah.
Right. Now... Yeah, sorry. Go on, Brian.
Then we're going to stop at the Witch Hunter Assistant's safe house, if it's feasible, and see if she wants some extra help.
Okay, so you have 1 hour before you have to meet the sewer jack, and you
Mhm.
probably know that he won't wait, and that he's
Right.
there's almost it's almost certain that he also won't won't wait like for 30 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes if you get late. He'll just think that the deal is off, all is fine, but whatever, right? So I would like for you, Brian, to roll me a simple D100 roll and tell me, do you want to succeed on lower half or upper half?
Do you want it?
Do you want it? Yeah,
Lower half.
lower half.
Do you
Okay.
want it?
Or do you guys want to call it? I'll
No.
roll and somebody else calls it.
No, go for it.
He wants to hear you beg.
Lower half.
Lower half. Then roll. Nice. The witch hunter's safe house is less than half an hour from your location, from the inn at which you're staying.
Okay, awesome.
You still don't have a lot of time. So if you
I was gonna say that to me sounds like we don't have enough time.
well, I mean, if you go there, grab what you need very quickly and return, you make it. But if you continue to dally, if you I don't know,
We need to almost run.
yeah,
Like
essentially yes.
Alright.
very fast
Okay.
walk.
Okay, then we'll say goodbye to Lambert and Gaston,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and we'll see. We may see you inside, gentlemen.
I give
Fare thee well.
Gaston a bow and say, I wish you luck, sir. And I go to shake Lambert's hand with the crossed fingers.
I return the same gesture.
Yeah.
See you on the other side, brother.
Nice. Nice.
Here comes. All right, let's go, Wonka.
The bromance is real.
All right.
All right.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. So Gustav and Johannes, you practically start to run. You quickly run out of Shepherd's Wand and move your. You head into the direction of the witch hunter's safe house. It's somewhere here. If you see the ping, right next to the river, right next to the shore. It doesn't seem that it's that far away from number 21. But remember, the maps in Warhammer, they usually don't convey the scale just right. Altdorf is a huge city, and given the amount of of people in the streets and all that's happening, the unrests, the beatings, the murders, even, it takes you some time to reach this place. You need to use side alleys, jump over heaps of trash and broken barrels, broken crates, and even carts. You almost got run down by a man riding a horse on one of the bigger streets. He cursed you like, "Watch where you're going, you ruffians!" As he almost got you killed. Yeah, of course, there's the like I said, the streets of Altdorf are just super busy and super chaotic. But eventually, you reach the place. You can smell once again the unmistakable stench of the river. This time it's, of course, it's the Talabek, it's not Rake. Because if you would follow the river from here to to the east, you will eventually reach Talaheim and Talabekland, of course. This is your typical dockside area. There are even lots of warehouses here, lots of taverns, inns, quite a few shops, catering mostly to stevedores and sailors. That said, there's even a small shrine to Grandfather Rake and Manan. Of course, not in the same place, but you saw that a few sailors or generally men who ply their trade on the river, offer their thanks and small offerings of coin and food and drink to the gods of the water, of rivers and of the seas. That said, there are also not that many, but there are also very few like tenement buildings here, and one of them is rather large, like 3 stories high, which is like that's pretty high for Altdorf, especially for this area. Very high for this area. It's run down. It's made from timber mostly, so you can almost imagine the what would happen if someone would, for example, drop a candle or an oil lamp inside. The roof is patched in half a dozen places. Most of the windows are just either completely, empty or boarded up. But people live here, and by that I mean normal people, not vagrants or crazies or gangers, stuff like that. Honest, hardworking people mostly. And according to the note that you've been given, Gustav, because I think you've been given the note. It's been some time. I don't honestly remember that.
Yeah, I don't either.
This is the place, and the safe house, quote unquote, is on the 2nd floor. So,
Let's move.
all right. You go inside. You see that the door is wide open. Your guess is that people probably lock it for the night, but right now there is even a stone, pushed against it, preventing it from getting closed. A bunch of kids are playing outside. Dirty kids, probably offspring of local workers. They don't even look at you as you pass them by. You walk inside, and the smell of rotting wood, of too many people living too closely together, of full chamber pots and of just grime and dirt is almost overpowering. Especially given that it's summer. You follow, the rickety stairs to the 2nd floor. You pass by a few people. They don't even say hello to you. They just, look at you with clear suspicion in their eyes. They never saw you before, and truth be told, you don't fit. Simply put, you're too well dressed, too well fed. I think you took a bath lately, and you have too much stuff on you. Sorry, what?
And well groomed.
Yeah, well groomed. Yeah, that's it's clear that you don't really belong here. But no one told you anything. No one was hostile to you or anything. You are on the 2nd floor. There's a long corridor running both directions from the staircase. You hear the usual sounds of a place like this. You hear children crying. People arguing. You hear singing, like rowdy singing from one end of the corridor. You think that upstairs a couple is having a very good time, or they're just clapping like crazy. Who knows? Must be a concert.
Yes.
Yeah, but essentially, this is it. That said, roll me perception tests, both of you.
Boop, boop, boop.
Basic, without any bonuses. Nice, 47. Very nice, very nice. 82. All right. Yeah, Gustav, you were just captivated by the clapping. You can't think straight. No, just kidding. You were, truth be told, you were probably looking for some kind maybe of gang markings, maybe symbols of run out. There are none here, interestingly enough. But you, Johannes, you meanwhile, try to look for the correct door, for the right door. the door leading to the safe house. And you noticed one interesting thing. There's only a single door in the entire corridor that has a doormat in front of it, like made from straw, very worn out, very dirty. But this is the only one. It's on the left. It's practically at the end of the left side of the corridor, like to your left. What I mean. Because remember, she didn't give you the precise address. She gave you the location of the building. It was on the second floor, but that's it. And by the way, there are like no numbers here on the door. Like this is not your modern apartment building. Yeah, there are no nameplates and stuff like that. All of the doors, they look, well, they're just there. All. Oh no, the return of Robot Sean. Come again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, hey Gustav, I think that must be the place, and I go over and lift up the map, see if there's a key under it.
Okay. Let's maybe wait a second because.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, because you're the Terminator now.
I'm not hearing that on my end.
Yeah. Gaston, say something. Andrew.
Testing 1 2
okay.
3.
Michael, what about you?
Testing.
Okay. Gustav, what about you?
Testing.
Johannes, what about you?
Testing.
Okay, now it's fine. Then please repeat what you said, Sean.
Okay. So I said, hey Gustav, this must be the place. And I walk over to the mat and I pick it up to see it, lift up the corner to see if there's a key underneath the mat.
Mm-hmm. You walk to the mat. You pick it up. Underneath, there's just dust and dirt.
Okay.
You see that the door looks pretty ordinary. It doesn't look much different to any other door on this floor, except for the fact maybe that it's well framed. Many, like lots of doors here, they look misshapen. They don't really fit the frame right. This is common in the old world, by the way, of course. But the door that you're standing in front of right now looks solid and looks deceptively well made. What I want to say is that at the first glance, it looks bad, but as you took a closer look, you can see that it's made from solid oak, probably.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I look at Gustav. I say, was there supposed to be a signal?
Oh, and sorry. By the way, Sean, when you lifted the straw mat, you saw that there's this very faint outline, right? It's scribbled not even in the dirt, but in the wood itself of a twin-tailed comet. But it's not clearly visible. You really had to squint your eyes to see it correctly. Of course, for you, this is practically a sure sign that this is the place. Yeah.
All right. So I'm trying to think of something that I personally do not know that my character might know.
Mm-hmm.
If there is like a tune, like shaving a haircut, but Sigmar and a hammer.
Okay.
Tap 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 tap.
Well, I mean, Gustav, maybe you'd like to take a look, given your background and expertise.
Okay.
Alright. You approach the place. By the way, the entire corridor is it's pretty dark. There are obviously no oil lamps here, no candles. The only light coming in is from the windows at the far ends of the corridor, both to your left, both to your right. And the windows here are, well, they are intact, but they're not made from glass. They are made from the intestines,
Okay.
stretched over the frame. So
Right.
you're in this strange dusky half-light. You practically can't see anything too well. Gustav, tell me, what do you want to test? What kind of roll do you want to make?
I guess I want to start tapping on the it's glass, you said?
No.
No. I mean, the door is made from wood. It's just that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What I meant was that there were only two windows at the ends of the corridor that you're in, and they're not made from glass. They're made from stretched intestines, animal intestines. Because people here are too poor to afford glass windows.
Well, I can go and just
You just want to try and open the door.
I just want to knock on the door. The shave and a haircut 2 bits.
Okay. Alright, so Gustav, as you take a closer look, Johannes just knocks at the door, making like those, probably like what, 2-3 knocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2-3 knocks. Right.
It's. I was gonna say, is there? I need to find a recording of it and add it to the.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand kind of to the side of the door, and I'm gonna push Johannes to the other side so that if a crossbow comes through the door or whatever, we're out of the way.
Okay. You knock at the door 2-3 times while standing to the side. Nothing happens. By the way, you don't hear anyone from the other side. On the other side.
Let me show you how the debt collectors in Marienburg do it. And I start. I put my fist against the door, and I just lightly tap with one knuckle over and over, and I just don't stop. I just keep doing it.
Okay, so like knock. Okay, sure. I mean tap.
Faster and more obnoxious though, but quietly.
All right, no problem. You're doing that, but for now let's return for a second to Gaston and Lambert. Gaston and Lambert, what are you guys doing? Your comrades practically ran out of the Shepherd's Want Inn. They left you. What do you want to do?
I guess we're on our way to the Golden Triangle unless we need to do something before we go there.
So, I mean, without a roll, both of you would know that probably you would need to look the part before going there.
I am slipping into the green and yellow best craftsmanship clothes.
Of course. No problem. Do you guys, order a bath, perhaps? Or do you maybe want to very quickly find a barber? Or some kind of, of a groomer?
For him, maybe. I'm just a servant.
Yeah. I mean, remember, a servant also needs to look correctly.
I guess I'll wash up.
Okay.
Gotta perm your beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have any hair, so I don't know if I really need to see a barber. But...
Yeah. So you order a bath. Of course, you don't pay anything for it. They even bring you a piece of gray soap into the room, and yeah, it takes you some time to wash properly, to scrub yourself clean. Meanwhile, Lambert, you are, you're making sure that you're dressed well, that your clothes fit, that they don't have any holes, or at least visible holes, right? But of course they are in excellent condition. Tell me, are those the best quality?
I have 2 sets of best quality clothing.
Okay.
One is the red and blue of the Reichland, and the other one is in green and yellow with the cockatrice emblaze on the doublet of the moot.
Of the moot, of course, sure. So.
And that's the one I'm wearing.
Okay. So tell me, what else are you taking with you? Do you want to try and smuggle anything on you?
I do want to try and smuggle things.
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
I was unable to acquire any set of lock picks.
Mm-hmm.
The only things I have are very small files and a small hammer, which is enough to open most locks nowadays too.
Yeah, true.
So I'm going to try and conceal those on my person.
Okay.
I've got a sewing kit. Can I try to, open a hole in my clothes and then stitch it closed with that inside?
Of course, you can do this while Gaston takes a long, nice bath. I would like you to roll, though, so, this won't be visible. So, though visible, nice. But since you have quite a lot of time, you are getting plus 30% to this test. It's just dexterity or agility or whatever you have in Warhammer. Nice.
Baby!
Nice, very nice. And remember this roll and remember the number of successes that you have, because it can be important if I'm going to roll a counter test.
66. Successes every 10, right?
Yes, above the first. You don't count the first.
Above the first, so it'd be, what's that, 3 successes?
I think so, yeah. That's 3 full
Yeah.
successes. Okay. Monster energy,
Alright.
sorry. Right. So you are Gaston, you probably see that since you're in the same room. You see that Lambert is sewing up, some tools into his outfit. And
Into my doublet.
Yeah, into his doublet. And you gotta say that you're not an expert, obviously, but you think that he's doing a very good job, because when he finishes, there's almost no trace of the, what's the word, seam, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was correct, of the seam. And Lambert, you also know that you did a very, very, very good job. Do you want to hide anything else on you?
Only that I'm going to wear, along with my clothes, my dark brown cloak.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Even if they tell me to take it, even if they want to take it, that's fine. If they don't take it, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another matter of concealment.
Okay, no problem.
But that is, it's, if I try to go in there and be like, inconspicuous, it's hard to do. I'm the only fucking halfling in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Well,
Gaston, as you
Gaston, do you want me to carry anything?
well, I was actually about to say, you think you can sew a dagger into my clothes?
That's a good question. Actually, you're wearing your armor, right? They didn't make you...
Right, but I have clothes under the armor.
I know, but they didn't make you take your armor off, did they?
I actually don't remember.
No,
if they did or not.
they didn't.
I don't think they did.
By the way, you can't sew a normal dagger into your clothes. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's too big.
Daggers were large back then, unless you were kind of like an assassin type, that would have a very small throwing knife or a compact dagger, maybe even something like a karambit, if you know what this is.
Well, he would have like a miser cord or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah, you would.
Well,
have
it wouldn't necessarily have to be mine. If there was something else, but if it's a no-go, it's a no-go.
I mean, you could quickly go try and buy a small dagger.
I mean,
but
it's.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be in a building that we have seen has weapons on display.
Right. I was about to say.
And in some cases, some of those weapons, even though they are ancient, are obviously of some sort of material or magical being that they probably are fine.
Yeah.
That you can probably get through a fight with them.
Yeah, also I was going to say, if we get into some shit, I'm probably better off trying to yank a weapon from somebody anyways, than trying to pull a little knife out of my pants.
You're wearing full plate armor, just beat the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, and by the way, Gaston, if you really want, you'd probably be able to hide some kind of a knife, for example, in your armored gauntlet or under your cuirass.
That's what I was going to say. So you could probably hide something under his cuirass.
Hey, does Lambert, do you have a knife handy? A small knife? Even a cooking knife?
Lambert unrolls his backpack, and there's like 7 knives like 7 cooking knives, and then like 7 killing knives to choose from.
This is rather important. Those knives are considered improvised weapons. If you are
Yeah,
using
okay.
kitchen cutlery, you are using improvised weapons. You can still fight with them, but they have, I think, strength -2. They are easily breakable if you go against someone with a normal weapon. And you can't parry with them. You can't parry normal weapons with them. You can only parry other improvised weapons. So of course you can hide it.
Again,
Right.
Yeah.
plate armor.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So I mean, just if you're okay with it, Lambert, just give me your sharpest, strongest, smallest.
steak
don't-
knife.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think you want my sharpest. And I pull out this very long, like thick bar with a sharp end, and like, this is for breaking through like ice. Use this.
Oh,
Alright.
so like an
An ice
pick.
pick.
Okay, yeah.
Ice Sweet.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
Some strong basic instinct vibes. Nice. I like that.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be like some hardcore like, Arthur Lancelot Excalibur shit.
Yeah. Okay, so Gaston, tell me, do you want to hide it yourself, or do you want help from Lambert with hiding it?
Well, I'll probably get some help to make sure that
It's well hidden.
it's concealed and he can't see it, and
Of
yeah,
course.
all that stuff.
So again, Lambert.
Concealed and easy to get to.
True.
You will have to feign an injury for it though, because I can't imagine this is going to be comfortable. I unlock one of his shin braces
Mm-hmm.
and remove it, and as I understand, these are leather straps to conceal that. So I would just wrap one leather strap around the handle and then close it again, so that it's on there tight, but it's on there tight enough that ice pick will be sideways pushing in on his shin. So he's probably gonna have a little bit of a limp.
Okay. Gaston, are you fine with that?
I mean, having a limp is probably not a good thing to go into because everyone's just going to ask about it.
Well, I mean, you can grimace through it. You're a big boy.
You can
Yeah.
you can always say that that you had some kind of. I mean, I'm not even asking you to roll for this.
Fell off your mom.
No, I'm.
Right.
I want to say that that you were in some kind of a duel, maybe
Right. And I just slept on it wrong
Yeah.
because I'm old.
Yes, you are after 30, so that means that everything aches
God.
now.
Holy shit, you're an old knight.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm 20. I'm 26, I
Okay.
think, but
okay. So
I think you guys said that was old still. So
that's well, I mean, your usual lifespan in the old world is like 30 something, so probably yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty old.
Hell, the average lifespan of humans in the 50s was like 46.
Yeah. So.
all right, well we'll roll with it. I'll
yeah.
just say I got in a fight or something, or fell. Yeah, something.
Okay, Lambert, since you had a very nice roll on your concealment, let's say that this also spilled over to Gaston and you hit the ice pick on him exceptionally well. And after that, I presume that you go out and make your way towards the Golden Triangle. Yes?
I do. On the way, I'm going to drop a shilling off the side, cross my fingers, and say, "Please, for the love of fuck, get me out of this thing alive."
All right. Are you ordering some kind of a cart, or maybe do you even take Gaston's horse, or you're just traveling on foot?
How much would it be for? I think it would do better appearance if we showed up in a conveyance. How much would it be to get a carriage just over to that spot in the city?
Well, I mean, if that's carriage that you're looking for.
Well, not conveyance within the city.
Sure. For a Bretonian knight, let me quickly see. Oh yeah, here it is. Wait a second.
Deduct that shilling.
Yeah, here it is. So you have you have normal cards or the what's the word in English for this? Wait. Opening, I guess. Peasant wagon. Okay, opening my ass. Peasant wagon, but this wouldn't really fit a noble son of Bretonia. So you'd really need to aim for a proper...
I'm fine with paying a little bit.
Okay. So that would be a single gold crown.
Christ. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
For both of you to travel there. But you'll be getting a proper, coach. Like, not a cart, a coach.
It will go towards it, and we can have a proper private conversation in the coach,
yes,
correct?
Yes, because the coach
Very
is...
I am fine with deducting 1 crown from my inventory for that.
Okay. Because the coach is comfortable enough, there is enough privacy, so that would be that. Okay. So you're ordering a coach. You probably do this by asking one of the servants at the inn to order your coach. Then you wait for the coach, and eventually, after like 20 to 30 minutes of waiting, you can go inside and go outside and walk to the main street, the actual street of 100 taverns, where your coach. Sorry.
From the moment that we step outside,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be playing that part, so I will go forward to bring down the steps and open the door for Sarah Gaston.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And so you are you're opening the door, and Gaston, you walk inside. Of course, you have your entire panoply on you, full plate armor, or I think you have full plate, right? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Your wonderful, treasured heirloom sword at your hip. Do you have your helmet on, or do you have it in the crook of your arm?
Just in my arm. There's no point in having it on right now.
Of course. And you walk inside. Then you are followed by Lambert, who closes the door behind you. And there are of course 2 coachmen. One of them is armed with a rather impressive blunderbuss.
Oh shit!
Well, for your protection, right? For your protection.
Yeah.
And with that, you can, you.
The back of the coach just has a number plate that says "Don't tread on me."
Yeah. You take that blunderbuss out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah, there.
Of course. And you're away. And very quickly, you notice one thing: that while it is very comfortable to travel this way, it is also very slow. Because, as I've mentioned many times before, Altdorf is currently overcrowded, and the streets are simply put,
on our trip.
Mm-hmm.
I really just want to, and I don't know how well this is. Can I roll a language check?
What do you want to do? And
I want to speak only in Bretonian.
do you know Bretonian?
I do.
Then you don't have to roll language check. No, if you know.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to roll that. Just because I do know it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to have a full conversation here where I'm going to be explaining, like, when we get there, you really need to lean into I am your servant. Don't let me mouth off at all. If I do, backhand me if you need to, but lay for the point that I am aware of your tastes, and that I should be the one to judge what wines and what foods you try.
All right.
That'll give me more freedom of movement if I'm able to get to the cellar.
So basically, I'm deferring to you for your
sustenance. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, of course the streets are clogged, and you can hear the coachman, yelling at people, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way! There's a knight inside. He needs to get to his destination quickly and without any problems. Get out of the way, or I'm going to use me whip. I'm going to use me whip on you." Stuff like that, and Of course, it helps, kinda, but even so, both of you have this, have this feeling that you would probably get, you would be there quicker if you would just use your own 2 feet. Then again, you can't deny that this coach is very damn comfortable. Meanwhile, Johannes and Gustav, the tapping doesn't work. You don't think that there is anyone inside. What are you doing? Remember, there's just, the door handle.
I try the door handle.
Okay, you try the door handle. Roll me perception test minus 20%.
Minus 20. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Unless you have traps, as a skill.
No, I do not. You know what? I'm gonna use my first luck of the day.
No problem.
Reroll. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
minus how much?
Minus 20. You've passed.
Okay, sweet.
You reached for
I
the
got
door.
scared there for a second.
Yeah, you reached for the door handle and you froze. Before you touched the actual door handle, you saw one very strange thing. There are like half a dozen. There's like half a dozen tiny holes all around the actual door handle in the, in the metal, from which the handle actually, extends. They are very well concealed. Like in this half light that that the entire corridor is in, they're practically invisible to see. But you are sure that normal door handles don't have something like that. Like they are super thin. And they're all around, the actual knob. Knob.
I say, Gustav, this looks like something that might hurt my hand if I try to open this door. Do you see these little holes?
Gustav? Oh no, Gustav.
Oh, he's muted. I don't know if he's
Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I look closely at the little holes.
Mm-hmm. You have traps?
No, I don't.
Then you don't have to roll because Johannes rolled and showed you. Yeah, they look strange. They don't really fit the entire the entire handle thingy. Like you have no idea why something like that would be here, right?
What kind of door handle is it? Like a door knob?
No. I mean, I said knob, but it's not knob. It's like your normal door handle that you grab with your, with your whole hand and you push it down, not twist like a knob.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
A door lever.
Yeah. Gustav, you can roll me. Let's say with plus 10%. You can roll me streetwise probably. Okay, nice. You know that, like, you've seen this kind of safe house before. You back in Marienburg, you probably used places like that, places that weren't really freely available, and that you really had to think before getting into. Very seldom was there a key. Like under the actual floor mat or even nearby, but it has to be in the vicinity. It's probably hidden somewhere.
I'm gonna relay this to Johannes. There has to be a key around here somewhere.
Because, by the way, yeah, you see the keyhole. There is a keyhole, of course, and I don't know if you have some kind of a lockpick or something. You can try. Then again, you also you can't really take your eyes off those rather sinister looking, very tiny holes. So, do you want to look for the key?
How much
yeah.
time do we have left?
You don't have a watch. You don't know. I mean,
Okay.
you don't have a watch. You don't know, but of course your internal clock, like everyone has it, tells you that you probably have like maybe you can dally here for like 10 more minutes, which should be more than enough if you could just get inside right now and grab what you need and get out.
Okay. Well, let's we should start searching this hallway for the key then. What do you say, Gustav?
Yeah. It's just a search test.
It's a search test, but Gustav, I will give you minus 10% search, and Johannes, I will give you minus 30 if you want to roll.
I do not want to roll for fear of botching because I'm on half search already.
Oh, you don't have search like
I
both.
do not have search.
Okay. Gustav, what about you? I think you've passed, right?
Intelligence of 53.
53, so minus 10, so yeah. You've passed. Alright, so Johannes, you are just, lounging by the door, and you're looking at Gustav as he's, traversing the entire length of the corridor, back and forth, Gustav, you're looking everywhere that you can. And funnily enough, at the other end of the corridor, on the window, there's a plant. Like a potted plant. Of course, it's practically long dead. It's just, dried up. You don't even know what kind of plant it was before it died. It's very sad looking. And as you approach it, you see that because you've practically checked everything out, every single other place. You see that around it, on the what's the word? Parapet, I guess.
Windowsill.
Windowsill, yeah. Thank you. There's almost no dust. There's almost no, it's very clean. Too clean, probably.
Can I check the potted plant?
Sure. You check the potted plant, and as you check the potted plant, I presume, of course, very carefully check the potted plant because
Yeah.
it can also be booby trapped. You feel that there's something under the dirt, like at the bottom of the, of the what's the word? Pot itself? Yeah, at the bottom of the pot. Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's true. Of the plant pot. Yeah. You feel that as you grab the pot itself, you feel that something moved right under the dirt itself. You take out the plant?
Yes.
All right.
I just pull the whole plant up and look under it.
Yeah, so you grab the entire dried up plant, and you just pull it up. Pieces of dirt, of course, are scattering on the windowsill itself, on the dirty wooden floor, and you see that under the earth is indeed a small, what looks like an iron key. It's nothing special, but even from here you can see that the shape corresponds to the lock itself. I guess you grab it, right?
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Praise to the protector.
Yeah, you just grab the key. Nothing happens. You put the plant away, or I don't know, maybe you take it with you as a souvenir.
Yeah, I put it back in the pot like I didn't.
Yeah, like you never.
Yeah.
Took it, of course. And you go back to Johannes. Johannes, you see that Gustav is, walking back with probably this white grin on his face, and he has a key in his hand, a small thing, rather unassuming. So you test the key.
Yeah.
Okay, you test the key. You put it inside.
Cautiously. Kind of
of
wincing
course.
my eyes.
That said, you notice one thing that when you put the key inside, there's no way for you to avoid, there's no way for you to position your hand in such a way that it's far from those small holes. So you simply have to, test it. Really, there's no other way.
Hope this is the right key, and the key itself is not a trap.
When you when you put the key inside and you open the lock, you for a split second you feel like the key also activated or maybe deactivated something within the lock itself. You tensed for a second, expecting maybe some, maybe some kind of poisonous gas or an acid spray, or maybe poison needles emerging from the holes, but nothing happened. And then you push down the door handle, and the door opens. And actually, that's also probably a rather big giveaway that this is in fact the witch hunter's hideout or a safe house. There is no creak. The hinges are very well oiled, and they run very smoothly. Inside, this is a single room, like apartment perhaps, living quarters. The only window leading outside is boarded up very thoroughly. Like there's not even a single ray of light coming from the outside. That said, right next to the door, you can see in this dim light, Gustav, that there is an oil lamp with a little like switch that if you turn it, then there's a spark, and the lamp the lamp activates.
Hey, can we take a bathroom break real quick?
Yeah. Let's take a 5 minutes break, and we'll be right back.
Okay,
Of course, no
cool.
problem.
Okay.
Thanks.
sleep, little boy. Yeah, I love you.
Lay down. Lay down. Hang on your back. Stop.
Yo. Hello?
I'm here.
Hello. I don't know. Three of us back now.
I'm here. I think we're just waiting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the majority of painting these orcs has mostly just been like basing shit I painted 13 years ago that I don't feel like repainting.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wasn't joking though. Basing's actually my favorite part of the whole process for whatever reason. I like putting all the crap down in the grass and stuff like that.
I like that too for obvious reasons.
Yeah, like all the time I spend on my Imperial Guard bases, I get that part. But with these guys, it's just my mix for turf to put down on it.
Yeah.
Also, it's, I'm not going to spend a whole fuckload of time on 40 different orc bases.
Right.
Yeah, it's different for armies as it is for characters.
Well, for me, it's I love spending time on like artillery piece stuff. Add a lot of character to a big artillery base. I did that a lot with bolt action back in the day.
I ended up getting a bloodthirster proxy.
Hey!
Somebody on Etsy was like having a sale on the print for like $25, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get that. I'm not buying the $126 model.
That's what I did
Wow.
for boar riders, for orc boar riders. Like I didn't have a problem with the price of the boar rider box, but I had a problem with the fact that the models hadn't been updated since 2009.
Well, apparently they're saying that some of like the old sculpts they kind of like revamped a little bit. They're still the old sculpts, but apparently they're supposed to be better quality.
They're better
Quote
quality, and
unquote.
they've put a lot of them into plastic.
Yeah.
So like the giant, I have that giant. The giant they're selling now is plastic, and they want $60 for it. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I've got the giant. He's made of pewter. He weighs like 1.5 pounds. He's not very big. Let me grab him and take a picture. Let's see here. Put these black orcs up while I got it.
I don't know. I mean, I personally, I think that the plastic models actually look better than
Oh
the
yeah,
metal
yeah.
ones. But each his own.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Let me move some stuff around so I can put them next to the old stone trolls. Which I'm just gonna. I don't feel like making any difference, so they're just gonna be regular basic bitch trolls. There we go. Hello.
Did you say you had the hag model or no?
I do. I just
Okay.
have never built it, and it's still sitting in the box.
So gross.
Still, but I love its rules. Like one of its random attacks is just nagging the enemy it's in combat with.
Right. I mean, I think it's like grosser than some of that Nurgle stuff.
Oh,
Gross.
because of big floppy tits.
I don't know. It's just the whole thing of it. I mean, I like it. I'd have the model too if I had it works, but it's just gross.
Is someone mentioning the troll hag?
Yeah.
I knew it. Perfect woman doesn't exist. Oh, wait, troll hag, of course. The model is very nice. Like, I mean, objectively, it is very well done. But yeah, it's also
Right.
pretty uncanny valley, so to speak. But yeah. Michael, you're collecting orcs and goblins, right?
I had orcs and goblins like 15 years ago, and I just decided to dig them out instead of building a whole new army. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Very nice.
So yeah, I posted a picture of my 3 stone trolls and my gigantic 1-pound pewter giant.
Oh, nice. The original giant, I think. One or the second original. I'm not sure.
Second original. The original giant is this lanky, like Shaggy from Scooby Doo looking motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, with the bird.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The stone trolls are great. I love Warhammer trolls. I mean,
Warhammer
generally,
trolls are
Warhammer
gorgeous.
Fantasy does every single fantasy troll better than almost any other setting. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I like the trolls in Witcher. All right.
Never played the Witcher games. Never. Read the entire saga, but no, never played the games. I heard that of course they're very good, but well. Anyway.
Yeah, they're definitely the third one is in the top 5 games I've ever played.
Yeah, so it's,
I think like aside from Skyrim, I've replayed it more than any other game.
with the
One second, guys. I'm just gonna check something here. My for some reason my monitor keeps on like flashing in and out. I'm like,
okay.
why is it?
Brian, you've played with the DLCs or just the base game?
Yeah, Blood and Wine was amazing.
Okay.
Blood and Wine is
It's like
really good.
some of the best vampires I've seen in a video game. Period.
Okay.
I didn't think I would enjoy Hearts of Stone, but Hearts of Stone ended up being like a real fucking experience.
It was like a solid 30-hour. Like I didn't like it as much as Blood and Wine, but yeah, it was pretty good. Blood and Wine was amazing though. That last
whole
fight.
I mean, like the whole tournament part of Blood and Wine is just so much fun.
And you get a whole new you get to go to Toussaint, so it was like a whole new look for the
new
game.
Area, yeah,
Whole
like
new map.
a much brighter area.
Yeah,
it's like going from basic bitch Empire to Bretonnia.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're into Warhammer Bretonnia, you got to play that DLC for The Witcher 3. It's perfect. It's like grimdark, but still very bright and colorful and.
Well, just.
Very
yeah, because lately I've been having this itch, of playing some video game that's mostly fantasy. Because for the last couple of years, I practically, if I play anything, it's only like modern stuff and either military thrillers or something like that. But now I'm getting my fantasy mojo back, mainly because of you guys. We're playing together, and so I was either thinking about Baldur's Gate, because I also never played this. But I'm not a huge fan of D&D in general, and I'm afraid that
Yeah,
that's fair.
Or
isn't there like
yeah, sorry, Gaston?
Well, say, isn't there like Rogue Trader? Isn't that like supposed to be kind of like Baldur's Gate a little bit?
Well, I mean, Rogue Trader.
Is that out?
But it's 40k. It's been out for some time, and I've heard mostly good things about it. But like 40k for me, it's like it's like something very boring right now.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Whenever my fantasy bug kicks back in, I always hop back to playing like fucking Thief or.
Oh yeah.
Witcher.
I was also thinking about Thief. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for reminding me, Michael.
Thief 2: The Middle Age, my favorite game of all time.
Well, I mean, have you played Vermintide?
Yeah,
Gloomwood?
I've played for like 100 hours plus with my now ex-roommate. Of course, we are not living together for some time, but we've played a lot of Vermintide. Vermintide was cool because it had rather subtle references to some Warhammer Fantasy roleplay stuff.
Castle Drakenhof and stuff.
Yeah, Castle Drakenhof, Stromdor from Warhammer Fantasy 3rd edition, Drakenfels. Yeah, there were even like art pieces from the classic The Enemy Within scattered all around the game. I really like that. And the innkeeper was it suggested that he's one of the grudge bringers. If you played Shadow of the Hornet Rat or Dark Omen, they are the mercenary company that you essentially control. I might just install The Witcher after that, but right now we are returning to the game. Wait a second, where was this? Oh yeah, here it is. Anyway, outside, by the way, as you move inside, not Lambert, sorry, Johannes and Gustav, you can hear that outside. It started to rain, and this is one of those typical late summer storms. So it's not even raining; it's pouring down, and of course you hear thunder in the distance. The place itself, because Gustav, I presume that you've activated the lamp, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on.
I mean, without it you can't really see anything unless you want to use your own source of lights, of course. Like the lamp, it gives this slight illumination. By the way, tell me, do you close the door behind you?
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As I mentioned before, the entire place, it is a single room. There's a cot in one corner, just mattress laying on the floor, straw mattress, with a very used pillow and a simple blanket. There's there are a total of 4 chests inside. There's not a single table, not a single stool or chair. It's all very bare, all very basic. But there are 4 chests, sturdy looking things, by the way, made from, of course, wood and iron. And yeah, what do you do?
I don't know, Gustav. Do you think we need to check for traps?
I'm not sure.
Search the darkness.
I'm not quite sure what to look for, to be honest.
Well, hopefully it's just a trap to get in, and once you're in, you can open.
I hope that's how traps work. Yeah.
Yeah, plot twist. There are also traps within the traps.
Yes.
So, like I said before, 4 chests. This, by the way, Gustav, for you, this place really has this feel of of your typical safe house. Like, you use it to lay down for a few days, just laying down on the cot and watching the ceiling, waiting for the danger, for the threat to go away. So yeah, but other than that, you can't really think about anyone living here. Like, there's of course there's not even a chamber pot here. There are no, you don't see any cupboards or or even what's the word? Or wardrobe, nothing like that. It's basic and bare to the max. Do you guys want to check the chests? By the way, you see that all of them can be locked with padlock, but not a single one of them has one. They seem to be open.
Yeah, I'll check the chest.
Okay, so you check the chests. Johannes, what about you? What are you doing in the meantime?
I figure why don't we each start opening chests, because we need to hurry up, and if we're gonna get stuff, we need to determine if there's something here for us, or if we have to rush now to go buy stuff.
Okay. You open the chests. You check probably 2. There are 4 total. You quickly check what's inside, and there are quite few interesting things. But tell me, what do you need, and if that's within a reason, let's say that it's in the chest.
We need clothes that we can get shit on.
There are
ratty thinner clothes.
There are a few sets of very basic, plain-looking, darker clothes. By the way, dark gray and maybe even black. clothes that you would probably use during
Okay.
well less savory activities. Let's just say. You no problem. Of course, they're not best quality. They're common quality, but yeah, you have a few sets. No problem.
Boots, high boots.
All right. Let's say there are 2 pairs of high boots. That said, Johannes, high or low?
Let's go with high.
Row.
Doop, boop.
Nice. They are. They will fit both of you, even if not perfectly. You'll be able to use them.
Cool.
We're also looking for. I guess we have the lantern. We're also looking for cudgels, crossbow, anything like that.
There are one chest holds weapons, and there's a crossbow there. There's a pistol crossbow, a short bow, with rather unusual design, draped in a few strips of hard leather. Unless you have common knowledge Kislev, you won't be able to know what it is. Thank you. Like daggers, there are of course daggers, maybe half a dozen daggers, a total of dozen throwing knives, very well balanced. Even if you even if you never use this kind of weapons, you can see that that they are very well made. 2 swords, an axe, 3 clubs. So cudgels. You could probably use them as cudgel. I mean, they're the same essentially. However, the top of the clubs. The tops of the clubs are encased in metal, by the way. And the handles are encased in hard leather, so they won't slip. And as for armor, it's in the 4th chest, because one chest has tools, one chest has food, drink, and medical stuff, one chest has weapons, and the last chest has armor pieces. As for armor, there's nothing fancy, just 2 sets of leather jerkins, 2 sets of leather trousers, 2 skull caps, and let's say a single buckler. However, remember, if you want to use the buckler, I think you need to have a special skill.
Yeah.
Because it's not that easy to use. So, and when it comes to food and drink, very basic stuff. Of course, mainly dried meats, dried nuts, dried fruit, apricots, cranberries. You have the whey bread, hardtack, rather I should say. Even if you touch it, Johannes, you can feel that this hardtack is in fact incredibly hard. You could probably kill someone with it if you threw it, strong enough. 2 bottles of probably very cheap but still drinkable wine, and a very small barrel of beer. Again, something that is probably barely drinkable, but it is drinkable. And by the way, there are of course in the tool sections. Other than that, there are also bandages, healing poultices, 3 healing poultices, and even a whole medical set, like a whole a full healing set. So, what do you want to do?
Well, hey, Gustav, I think we need to not get too carried away here, but I think we should take these clothes and boots for sure and change out of our good clothes. And then I don't know. I was just going to keep my own armor on.
I don't have any armor, so I'm going to take what's there.
Okay.
Leather.
If you take the leather armor, you have there are 2 entire leather armor sets, so you have a single armor point on all your locations if you take it.
Okay.
Again,
I'm gonna-
it's nothing fancy, and it fits. In a few places, probably it's a bit tighter than you would like, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it offers you, well, some protection at least, right?
I'm gonna whisper. The woman's name is Margand, right?
Yeah, it's. Let me quickly check.
Yeah, I think so.
Margund.
While we're suiting up, I'm gonna be like Margand.
You don't
To
hear
see if
anything.
she's elsewhere in the.
No, you don't hear anything. You're sure that there's no one here, other than you.
So and there aren't any other torches or anything, but we have this lamp here, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Are
In the tools section, of course, you have. Wait a second. You have 3 torches. No, sorry, 5 torches. 3 normal and 2 soaked. The soaked ones, they burn for longer and they're harder to douse. And there's a very small miner's lamp, the kind that you attach to your belt, and you can close and open it. There's like this very small door. And there's a there's a whole flask of oil.
What do you think? Will you take the small lamp and one of the soaked torches?
The miner's lamp, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be working the crossbow?
Well, I don't know how to use a crossbow. Do you?
Crossbow is ordinary.
Crossbow's ordinary. Pistol crossbow is a specialist weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can still fire it. You won't be able to reload it. And if you fire it, you fire it on half of your ballistic skill.
My ballistic skill is 42. So
That's
I don't know if
actually
mine's better.
above average.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Okay, so I will take the crossbow. How many bolts are there?
There are a total of 20 bolts in 2 10-bolt quivers.
I'll take one 10-bolt quiver.
All right. The quivers are small because the crossbow bolts are generally they're shorter than arrows, and so you can attach them to your hip, for example, and they have this fancy little like you can close the quiver from the top. So that way you won't lose any crossbow bolts if, for example, you fall, or or you trip. So yeah.
Okay, so we're taking a crossbow, 10 bolts, the miner's lamp.
Okay.
How about you take the big lamp, and I'll take the miner's lamp if I'm gonna be.
No. Oh, your big lamp, the one that you have, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say let's leave the lamp here because that's meant to be somebody else's. I think if my hands are
torch and a lamp. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if my hands are going to be full, I'd like to have the miner's lamp if that's okay.
Okay.
And give you the torch.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Sure.
and there's because remember this is not your basic equipment. There's flint here,
Okay. Yeah, we'll take that flint and steel.
Yeah, flint and steel essentially.
The crossbow pistol. How many bolts are there for that?
The bolts that you're using for crossbow pistol are the same that you're using for crossbow. But you guess that whoever created the safe house divided the crossbow bolts into 2 packets. Like you have 2 packets of 10. So probably one for the crossbow pistol, the other one for the crossbow itself, of course.
Now, the crossbow pistol, you need a skill to use, though, right? Like we can't just pick that up.
You can, as I said before, you can pick it up and you can fire it once on half of your ballistic skill. Without the needed skill, you won't be able to reload it. However, I mean this is rules as written, but using common sense, I will allow you to reload it, but it will take twice the time. And you still have, the penalty of firing it on half of your ballistic skill. If that would be a firearm, there's no chance in hell that you'll be able to reload a firearm without having requisite skill. But for a crossbow pistol, sure, no problem.
I'll take the crossbow pistol just so I have an extra thing to do before
Okay.
We hopefully don't have to get in a fight, but
All right.
if we do,
No problem. You take the crossbow pistol. I also presume that you take the bolts, right?
yeah,
Okay, sure. Yeah.
it was 10.
Yes, it was 10.
Yeah.
And remember, 10 total. You don't have like extra in the chamber. You need to
Yeah,
reload
yeah,
the
yeah.
weapon. Okay, so what? That's that, I guess, right?
Did you want to take a cudgel or anything like that, or a sword?
Yeah, one of the metal clubs sounds good.
All right. Metal encased clubs, of course, no problem. You take it.
I don't want to use a bladed weapon for this.
Yeah, so I'm just using my own weapons. I've got my own club and my own. Actually, I have 2 daggers, but I'm not using the fancy one, just the regular dagger that I have. And I'm using my own armor.
Okay, no problem.
I should leave my staff here, probably.
No, stuff
okay.
in the sewers is rather impractical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it here. And rest it up against the chest
Okay.
that we can pick the stuff out of. So whoever comes here next just sees what happened.
No worries.
Do we have a way to take our clothes that we're not wearing and are you leaving your clothes here, Gustav?
Yeah,
or
you can pack your clothes into your, because I presume that you have your backpacks or sling bags with you.
Yeah.
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 Let's say that you can pack them, of course. Sure.
Okay.
I have my kit with me as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, we need to beat it over to meet this guy then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably time. So you took what you wanted. You left what you wanted. Okay. Give me like literally 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Sorry. Just need to take care of something.
A couple of boys getting naked in a dark room and now beating it. What the hell?
Yes. Just beat it.
You guys watch It's Always Sunny, right?
Yeah.
I have watched it. I couldn't. I couldn't call anything specific. I started blasting.
There's this running joke that Charlie, like he's the illiterate one that's just weird and crazy,
Yeah.
right? He's like, yeah, I found like shortcuts to get everywhere through the sewer. You just have to take your clothes off because if it starts flooding, so he like runs through the sewers naked to get places.
Okay, I haven't seen that one. It's funny.
It was like a whole season where he'll just pop up places. Yeah, I came through the sewers. I had to hold up my clothes above my head so I didn't get mud on them.
Yes, mud.
Like the whole season, they were making fun of him, like you shouldn't be taking the sewers places and all. And then they were like late for a movie one episode, so they all had to take the sewer.
That's funny. Oh man, I was watching this this really weird kind of bad movie that I guess was supposed to be sort of Lovecraftian, about a archaeology site somewhere up in Canada that has this building that shouldn't be there. Ancient building, and of course, hilarity ensues and everybody ends up going insane and all that good stuff. But there was one part, well, there were a couple parts that were funny. One part, it got me thinking, especially this morning while I was out on my walk. I'm like, oh yeah, you should take the trail behind the thing. It's only 90 miles to the reservation. You should be able to do that in a day and a half. Mind you, it's December in Arctic Canada.
Dude, you ain't going like fucking 3 miles in a day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, how the fuck can you get anywhere in a day and a half?
I live. I stayed in my hometown one year, like shortly after high school, during a normal snow season.
Yeah.
And my dumbass was like, I'm out of cigarettes. I'm gonna walk down to the gas station and get some more cigarettes at 2 a.m. But I bundled up and I made my trek. that gas station's maybe like a mile down the road. It took me an hour and a half.
What?
In the snow to get there.
Yeah.
And when I did get there, a cop that was there was like, "You look like you're about to die. I'm gonna give you a ride back."
Good times.
Yeah, walking through the snow sucks.
It really does. Especially if you have to break a trail.
Yeah.
So what movie was that? I came in late.
Oh,
talking
it's called. Is it Black Mountainside or Black Side? Yeah, Black Mountainside, I think.
Okay.
It was really bad. It got like 3. I mean, it was funny in some regards, you know. So there's all these scientists up in this thing, and of course you have to be helicoptered in, and they're the most northern
Right.
post, whatever. So so it's essentially kind of like The Thing kind of
Right.
deal.
At the Mountains of
everybody starts-
Madness.
Yeah, and everybody
Yeah.
starts going crazy, and and then you start getting the disembodied voice. You need to go kill those people. Like you
Right,
really
right.
do. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And guys are they come into the mess hall, and the guy's sitting there. He's cut off his own hand, and he's like, you know. Like, okay, cool. And then then another one. they have this guy who's like having some kind of seizure or whatever, and he's going and then you can see something like writhing around under his skin and his arm, and they're holding his arm out, and they're all like, what do we do? And this guy just runs in and grabs an axe and just fucking chops his arm off, and then the other guy takes a one of those iron shovels for the fireplace and cauterizes the stump. And then later they're sitting there, and the guy who cut the arm off, he's the scientist who's come in to see if they've really got something that's worth government funding or not. And he's like, "Oh, you guys were totally unprepared. You had to cauterize that wound with a shovel." And he's like, "Well, I wasn't expecting an emergency amputation."
Right.
It's like, I'm a doctor, and you're the one who cut his fucking arm off. But anyway, yeah. So the problems I had with the movie, apart from it's just kind of like, okay, they're going crazy. Okay, they're all gonna shoot each other or stab each other or whatever. So it was predictable. But they introduce all these guys, and except there's one black guy, and the rest are all these white guys, mostly with beards. I'm like, who the fuck is that again? Is that McNaughton? Is that I'm like, is that the one scientist with the vaguely Scandinavian sounding name, or is it the other one with the vaguely Scandinavian sounding name? So it was just like kind of like, but I mean, there were some kernels in there that were somewhat interesting. So essentially, yeah, it's some kind of structure that's like 10,000 years old.
Right.
And supposedly houses an elder god, and the elder god is telling them to, you got, life is meaningless, just kill everybody. Man is insignificant.
Right.
Elder God. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Lovecraft?
This really terrible movie that I watched the other day, where the thing that bugged me about it the most was the guy saying, "Oh, we're up in the Arctic Circle in Canada, but you should run away now, and it's only 90 miles walk to the nearest, safety.
Okay.
You should be able to do that in a day and a half."
What title was was it?
What's that?
What title was it? Like the movie title?
Oh, Black Mountainside, I think.
I had never heard about it. But you're
Yeah,
saying that
it's
it's like some kind of Eldritch style horror?
Yeah, it's
You said it was kind of like At the Mountains of Madness meets a few other things, basically.
Yeah, but it's incredibly formulaic, and I felt like they introduced a lot of characters that to me all look the same. All these white guys with beards.
Okay.
I couldn't tell who was who. And and then they proceed to slaughter each other essentially.
All right. Well, I mean, rip for Guillermo del Toro's At the Mountains of Madness movie. It will probably never come to life. Which is a
I really
shame.
wish that they would go ahead and do that, because I think if it's done right, it could be a really good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that people have basically ripped it off, but I mean, not exactly the same. So I still think they should make it one day. But we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, like I mean, there are so few many good Lovecraft-inspired movies out there. I think that the best one that I seen was a real old one, John Carpenter's movie with Sam Neill. What's
The In the Mouth of
Oh, yeah,
Madness
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, no, that one's good. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it still holds to this day, and it's wonderful. Just
Yeah, we watched it not too long ago.
yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's hard to find a good one, sadly. Anyway, Gustav and Johannes, as you are moving out from the safe house, Lambert and Gaston, you are probably at this point you're traversing the bridge to the other side of the city, and yeah, you can hear and you can see that the rain just splashing over the the windows of your coach. The weather just took a turn for the worse almost immediately. That said, I would like for you to roll me both perception tests with a minus 10% modifier. Eye-based perception, by the way. So if you have keen sight, you have a bonus, of course.
Okay, I just need to do intelligence, right? Because I don't
Yes,
have.
yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
my computer fell asleep. I'm getting it back up.
Half of your intelligence
Alright.
in that case. Oh, now that's a botch. Do you want to
Alright.
use your luck?
Well, I'll see what Lambert rolls.
All right.
before I use my
Just
roll.
But
basic
remember,
perception.
perception, eye-based. Remember, Gaston, a botch, even if he rolls well, a botch will still affect your character. Just so you know.
All right, I'll re-roll it. Last time I did this, though, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes it does,
There you
sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, but minus 10. So
Oh, okay.
you
No
want
botch.
to,
Yeah, definitely not.
all right. You want to reroll that Lambert or not?
No, I'm just
Alright.
too short.
All right. Eventually, you pass the bridge, and once again, as you are traveling, around the like the main hub of Altdorf. By that, of course, I mean the Platz around which there's there is situated the Emperor's Palace and the Grand Cathedral of Sigmar. Maybe because of this weather, but you have a feeling that you're practically just standing in place. The coach is almost not moving like at all. But then you hear that outside through the even through the rain and the storm, the lightning, there's this commotion. People are screaming. You think, crying. You hear, especially you, Gaston, because you are a seasoned knight. You think you hear a clash of weapons nearby, and both of you can even hear your guides, the coachmen, shouting to each other over the din of the storm. Over the sound of the storm, to prepare for the worst. What are you doing?
Are we able to look outside? Is there like a window, or are we like completely closed in?
There is a window, but the window is, of course, like there's a huge storm right now, so the window is completely covered in water. That's why I want you to roll the minus 10% perception when you are crossing the bridge. You can, of course, once again take a look outside, and if you want to, then please, of course, once again roll. This time without the bonus, without the minus modifier.
All right. The wrong thing. All right, there we go. Look,
Water gets in his eyes.
I'm not re-rolling it. I guess I'm gonna say I'm gonna say, Lambert, do you hear that?
I hear a lot of stuff, but one sec. I put the hood over my cloak and I just step out of the coach to try and hang off the door to see what's going on.
All right.
I'm elevated enough that I should be able to see at the same height as people.
Of course. As you open the door, the coach, after putting your cloak on and the hood on, you immediately get, rain in the face. It is a summer thunderstorm, so mercifully, it's not
pretty quick.
cold. But even so, you need to squint your eyes as the fat droplets of rain mercilessly batter your face. Gaston, when Lambert opened the door, the insides of the coach are like filled with water almost immediately. And Lambert, you try to see what's happening, and you don't have to roll anymore because, well, you're just hanging outside and trying to take a good look, and you can see that like side street. Right now you're in the middle of a crossroads, and to your left, to a rather large side street, there's a commotion, and you can see that a bunch of people are fighting there. You hear the clash of weapons, you hear curses, and you hear screams, or rather shrieks and roars, like some blood-maddened berserkers are just pummeling each other. And through all the the chaos, like this din of battle, stuff like that, you can of course hear people calling for the guards. There are some just screaming in pain and probably you imagine bleeding out on the street.
Sir Gaston, you want to break up a fight? You should probably skin that steel now.
Out of character, we're completely stopped, right? We can't go anywhere because there's commotion.
Yeah, there's commotion, and you are stopped because a lot of people are running from that direction towards you, mingling with the people from up front who are also right now panicking and running, and people from behind you and from the other side are also panicking and running. So, Lambert, as you are, hanging from the door, you can see like those dozens, if not hundreds, of people just, completely mad with fear, screaming, crying, and just running in different directions. Already, you can see that half a dozen people probably got trampled by the others, and suddenly you hear, both of you hear, this thunderous roar of a blunderbuss as one of the coachmen shot two people who climbed your coach. You guess that they probably just wanted, to go to the other side, but the coachman thought that they're maybe trying to attack them. He shot them both with a blunderbuss, and in front of you, Lambert, lead-ridden body fell to the ground. The other man probably only got wounded because the one who fell is certainly dead, and he's just wailing in agony on the other side of the coach. He also fell, and Gaston, even from inside, you hear this wail that's abruptly ended with this sickening crack because you guess someone ran over him and probably broke his neck, or maybe just grinded his skull into the cobblestone. You are also, remember, both of you are also very near the center of Altdorf, like the Emperor's Palace. You're the Imperial Palace. Sorry, you're not far away, and you have no idea how it's possible that that something like this is happening right now. What are you doing?
That's up to you, Sir Gaston. I don't reckon getting caught up in this. We're pretty damn close to Reichsguard HQ. They'd probably shut this shit down fast.
Right, I agree. I don't know if it's really worth our time trying to go out there and intervene with anything
All right.
at this point.
I
Be
mean-
one man versus,
We kind of know
You know.
what's going on.
right.
I just shut the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just shut the door, and you know, even as you shut the door, even you know, you hear one of the coachmen. He probably saw that you opened the door, and he's like, "Close the fucking door! Get inside! Get inside! It's not safe out here!" You can smell this stench of gunpowder, you know, mixing with blood of coming from the man who just fell in front of your face to the ground, and it's horrible. Like you saw too much death lately, Lambert, and you're not feeling well about this. So
I would say that I'm more traumatized by the death that I had seen, and I'm not really feeling anything about it.
yeah. Oh, by the way,
I,
the square between the Imperial Palace and the Cathedral of Sigmar is called Kaiserplatz. Just so you know, I searched for that. Anyway, of course, Lambert, you're feeling what your character is feeling. I'm not telling you anything. Yeah, so you lock the door, and you just wait for this whole thing to pass. After about 5-10 minutes, you hear that the commotion it moved, like this whole combat, whatever it was, you're not sure. It moved further south, and your guides, the coachmen who are taking you to your destination, they use this opportunity, and they simply, moved forward as fast as possible. You have a feeling that they've probably, again, maybe not run over, but definitely battered a few people along the way. You hear curses and cries of pain as, this large coach, towed, by the way, by two very strong horses, is moving forward. So yeah. But
Essence.
yeah, but eventually, after like less than an hour, I kid you not, you suddenly stop. By this point, the rain is practically a wall of water coming down from the sky, and you hear, someone jumping from the front of the couch. Someone is knocking at the door of the couch, and you hear one of the coachmen, shouting from the outside, "All right, we're at the destination. Please, you can get out now."
Sir Gaston, do you need my cloak?
Your cloak?
I'd hate for your armor to get wet.
No, it's okay.
All right.
All right. I open the door and I get out and put the stairs down for him to get down.
No problem. You get out, and you're almost immediately drizzled. You see that the coachman, you think this is the one who who doesn't have a blunderbuss, but and of course, he also has a long cloak with hood over his head. Even so, he's completely soaked. You are in fact in the very fancy part of the city, to the west, standing in front of rather familiar-looking building of the Golden Triangle. You take out the stairs for Sir Gaston, and Sir Gaston, you get out with your helmet, in the crook of your arm. You can feel the water splashing over your bald head. Soaking your bird completely. Interestingly enough,
That's like a good wet bird.
yeah, it will smell especially well after it gets wet. Interestingly enough, you also see, both of you, that there are quite a few other coaches, not cars, all coaches, parked near this, near this place, near this building. You guess that that the other guests are probably already here, or are just right now, arriving at the destination. The coachman bowed to you, Sir Gaston, and interestingly enough, nodded his head at you, Lambert, and said, "Well, this is it. We we got you here safely. Blessings of Sigmar be with you. And do you need anything else from us?"
No, sir. This is perfectly fine.
Excellent. And with that, he quickly jumped onto the saddle right next to his companion, and they quickly moved away from this place, because already this street is just cluttered with coaches. You see that there are quite a few guards and coachmen standing outside their transports. Their charges are probably already inside the Golden Triangle Club. As you two got outside, you see that a servant approaches you. Servant probably from the Golden Triangle, and says, welcome, good sir." He of course only addresses you, Gaston. "Are you by any chance a guest of our fine establishment?"
Yes, we are.
Excellent. And can I ask for your name? He asks. He, by the way, has a huge umbrella made from sturdy leather. Under the umbrella, on his head, on his hat, he has a candle. And the umbrella is attached to his back. His hands are free, and in one hand he has this ledger, and in the other he has what looks like out of character. It's a pen, like it's an automatic quill. They do exist in this world, by the way. Very expensive, usually dwarven made, but yeah, they do exist. And he asks for a name, Sir Gaston.
I am Sir Gaston, and this is my servant, Lambert Cherryheart.
Sir Gaston, let me quickly see. Oh yes, of course, noble Bretonnian, naturally. And he, Lambert, given the movement of his hand, you guess that he made a tick right next to Sir Gaston's name. Then please come inside. You will need to relinquish your weapons at the gate. They will, of course, be returned to you after the evening. You don't have to worry about anything. But we have a no weapons policy on the grounds. I hope that you understand that.
With our
Yes, we know
previous
the drill.
Excellent. Then, quickly, please move to the gate. Get out of the rain. By the way, remember you are, of course, in the South Bank, in the so-called Quality Quarter. This is the home of Altdorf's elite, and it boasts some of the most famous landmarks in the entire empire, in fact. Anyway, you approach the gate, and you see that there are a few guards here. They are dressed as before, except for the fact that, of course, now they also have heavy coats over their shoulders and with hoods over their heads. There's a small line of people entering the premises of the Golden Triangle, so you need to wait. You are very much wet by the time you stand in front of one of them. There are 4 guards here, by the way, at the gate. They don't ask for your credentials, for names. They just look you up and down, Gaston, and you, Lambert, and one of them, in a rather gruff voice, says, "Please relinquish your weapons, mine Aaron." And he extends his hand, asks to take your weapons from you.
I hand him a dagger.
You hand
and
him a dagger.
I'd say,
Mhm.
after last time, I decided that perhaps this is the most secure place in Altdorf, barring the Imperial Palace. So I thought this would suffice.
He doesn't say anything. He just takes the weapon from you, and hands it over to a guy behind him. By the way, then he looks at you, Sir Gaston. You have a feeling that they're not they're not especially keen of chit chat. They look very focused on their duty.
Yeah. I hand him my birth sword,
He
and I still
actually,
make.
actually, to your probably liking, he takes your sword very carefully and very gently because he knows that this is almost, certainly a very important, unique weapon. And he even says to you, only to you, not to you, Lambert, you don't have to worry about anything, Sir Bretonnian will take very good care of it.
That is good to hear, since that's the first thing I held when I was a child.
He's not commenting on that, like at all. But then he...
I thought it was your dick.
Well, second thing then.
He could kill with both, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
You see that he looks you up and down, Sir Gaston, and he asks, do you have any other weapon on you, sir?
No.
Alright, and so in that case, I will... and he also asks you, Lambert, without the sir part, of course. What about you, servant? Do you have any...
Without a trace of any lie, knowing for a fact that neither me nor Sir Gaston are holding any weapons.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir, I do not.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to roll for him. I mean, he won't pass this test, I know this, because you had 3 successes.
Get fucked.
But I still need to roll this. No, you see that
He can roll a 0-1.
No, because even 0-1 is a success, but in opposed test, you still need to have more successes than your opponent. So I could give him additional success with 0-1, but I don't think that he would still pass it. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Remember, opposed tests only work if you have more successes than your opponent. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, yeah, you see that he, looked you up and down, Lambert, you too, Gaston. He even, like, patted you down, Lambert. To not 100%, but he checked if you don't have anything behind your back, stuff like that. Of course you didn't. So he's like, alright, please enter. You are free to go. You'll be given your weapons after the party, of course. And with that, you two make your way down the like cobbled inner alley. To your left, to your right, of course, there are those very nicely trimmed bushes. There are also quite a few guards here. On the premises of the manor itself, of the club itself, I mean, the club is in the manor, so you know what I mean. You've counted, those of you who can count, because I don't think that Gaston can, sorry. But Lambert, I think you can write and read, yes?
Yep.
Alright, so you can.
Hello.
Sorry, my wife is pestering me.
Hi, Michael's wife.
Yeah. The boys are saying hi to you. Tak, zieloną herbatę też. And she's saying hi to you too. Right, sorry. Yeah, you see that there's, other than the guards at the gate, there were at least 6 other guards here. That you saw, by the way. And 2 of them had on tight leashes, but still very large dogs. I mean, not sure how big of a dog person Lambert really is, but out of
I would suggest. Yeah.
no, sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
I would submit not very.
All right. No, what I mean is that out of game they're mastiffs. So big, aggressive, trained attack dogs. They didn't like growl at any of you, but Lambert and Gaston, both of you saw that, they are here, and they look like they mean business. They even have those very iconic-looking spiked collars, like you always see on the on various artworks from fantasy, or I think even in Mordheim, the Witch Hunter Warband had those dogs that had those spiked collars.
Yep.
Eventually, you reach the door. A servant opens the door, and you see that the servant, of course, is dressed in an exceptional livery, threaded with gold, and with a symbol of a triangle on his chest, of course, also in gold. And he says, "Welcome, Sir Gaston Larue, to the Golden Triangle." He knew who you are. He probably, memorized you from your last visit, Gaston. Please enter the premises of our fair establishment, he says. You enter the premises, I presume, of their fair establishment.
Yes.
Inside, a servant quickly approaches both of you, actually, and offers you, Gaston, a towel to, remove the excessive water from your boat head and bird. And another one gives you a towel as well, Lambert, by the way. The manservant who opened the door for you looks at you, Gaston, and says, "Good sir, if you wish, you can take your armor off, and we have people here who take good care of it. Make sure that it won't rust from all this water. But of course, this is only an offer, not a request."
I say that thank you for the offer, but I'm okay. I'll have my servant clean it up later.
Naturally, of course. You see that, except for you, there are in the main hall that you remembered, the stairs leading up. There are like half a dozen people here. They look like money, old power. Not necessarily noble, although you guess that some of them are, but definitely very influential and very, very rich. Most of them are middle-aged or even, even older. You see lush birds, very well trimmed mustaches, waxed naturally, incredibly expensive suits, coats and doublets, like those. You even see Gaston. Two of them are dressed in rather Bretonnian fashion because they have pantaloons. Even though you're sure that they're Imperials, of course. And they are discussing, talking with each other rather quietly. And yeah, both of you just stand there. What are you doing?
In Bretonnian, I will ask Sir Gaston, "Sir, can I get you anything to drink?"
Yes, that would be great.
Do you have a
We need to.
preference?
Well, I'm leaving it all up to you since you're my personal chef, and you know what I like, supposedly.
Yeah, you hear, it's at this point that you hear many other people from different rooms and even from on different floors talking. You guess at least a few dozen here. And then you also hear, "Oh, Sir Gaston, so good to see you." And as you both turn around, you see Everard Harstein, the leader of the Golden Triangle. He's dressed immaculately in a long. He's dressed, funnily enough, in a very similar way to your typical Imperial Witch Hunter. He has long trench coat. That said, it's pitch black, but there are red,
Blue.
Sorry, what?
Is it like
embroiderments, right? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here and there, he has a pin in a shape of golden triangle on his left, on the left side of his chest. You see that he also has those high boots, like cavalrymen wear, and matching long leather gloves covering his fingers, and of course a very nice looking belt with bejeweled buckle. He bows low to you, Sir Gaston, and then extends his hand after bowing. I am, and he waits for you to, of course, grab it if you want to grab it.
Yes, I shake his hand
Alright.
and tell him thank you for having us back.
I am so glad that you managed to come, Sir Gaston. I'm so glad, and welcome to you too, Master Cherryheart. He, looks at you very quickly, Lambert, but he did acknowledge you, by the way. So that's that's something. Please,
Got a crush.
yeah, please, Sir Gaston, follow me to the dining room. There are so many people I want to introduce you to here. So many people. Master Cherryheart, perhaps you can.
I'm bidden to retrieve refreshments for my lord.
Yes. Please do. Just a very quick note from me. For now, please do not visit the last story of the house. It's currently
the upper floor.
It's currently, yes, the upper floor. It's currently off limits, but everywhere else you can of course go.
Understood. Where might I? Sir Gaston is entrusting me with finding wines to his tasting. Do you have a selection available, or am I to procure them by talking to the servants of the house?
You see, when you asked him, he produced a small golden whistle from under his shirt. He blew the whistle, and almost a few seconds later, a young, pudgy-looking girl. She's rather attractive, and she's also in clothes that, to your eye, Lambert, they definitely expose way too much for this kind of a party. Essentially half of her bust is visible. And she also has a very strong makeup, especially the rouge on her cheeks. It looks like she's essentially red-faced.
In the back of Lambert's head, he's just like, man, I wonder if there's time.
My kind
Yeah,
of woman.
I was about to say I'm going to turn to Lambert and tell him to think with his head.
You see that Everett looks at her, and both of you can see that he looks at her rather harshly, and he says, "Louise, this is Lambert Cherryheart. He's the servant of this here fair Bretonnian knight, Sir Gaston Leroux. Please show him our wine cellar." And give him anything that he requests. Of course, Master Halstein, she says, while not looking at him. You see that she just looks at her feet. Of course, very well. He says, he nods, and then he looks once again at you, Gaston.
Yeah, we're gonna stay in control.
You see that he has this, once again, wide grin. Now, where were we? Oh yes, I was supposed to introduce you to the most influential people in the entire Altdorf. Please follow me. And he rather gently puts his hand on your shoulder, not as to embrace you, but you probably this is in Bretonia, most people don't do this. Even from the same social caste. If they don't know each other, they don't do this. But he did that, and he leads you to the main dining room in which you were. Remember, but now that it is full of people. The girl looks at you, Lambert, you see that she also has a long skirt. However, the skirt is on both sides cut open so that her legs are completely visible. And despite her being a bit on the thick side, you guess that she's probably rather attractive to most humans. She says, "Please follow me to the cellar, Master Cherryheart."
Yes, ma'am.
Roll perception, Lambert, with plus 20%.
You're being honeypotted, Lambert.
I rolled a willpower to keep my upper head in control.
You've passed by 5, but you've passed because plus 20%.
Yeah.
You have a feeling that she's drugged. You see that her eyes are not entirely focused, and there's this slight slur, but she's not like completely drugged out. You guess that she can perform all of her duties well, but you also guess that she's very let's say obedient.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I don't know how, of course, Lambert reacts to that, but yeah.
I'm attracted. I'm not a sick fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, she, in this rather, jerky motion, she turns around and then she walks towards, you guess, the cellar. But now we return to Johannes and Gustav. Johannes and Gustav, you very quickly, after leaving the safe room, Gustav, tell me, you lock the door behind you and you leave the key where you found it?
Just as I found it, yeah.
All right. You quickly make your way back to the not the Shepherd's Wand, but the other inn, right? You were supposed to meet your contact there. Am I correct?
Back at the wand, at the Miller.
Yeah, the one at
I
the
don't
Miller.
We
I
were
think-
supposed to, I think so.
Yeah,
we were
you-
supposed to meet him
I
somewhere,
thought he
wherever
told
that
us
is.
it was where the entrance was, and he was going to meet us there.
Let me just look real quick. Not that it,
Not that it matters.
really matters.
Yeah.
but we're meeting him where he said to meet.
No,
him,
I
but
think
let
it
me
was it was supposed to be behind the Miller, or to the side, not in the common room, but I think it was nearby, so you are able to go. Let's say that you were. Don't look, Sean. That's like I said, it doesn't really matter. You go to meet him behind the inn.
he says to meet us, and he'll meet us there, and he'll show us the entrance.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
somewhere in the Miller. So out and back is fine.
Yeah, back is fine. In one of the side alleys, similar to this is place very similar to the side alley. This is behind the Shepherd's Wand. So there are of course, there it's tied there. There's lots of there are lots of I can think rubbish. Some old barrels, old crates, stuff like that. Given that it's raining incredibly hard, there's no one there. As you make your way to the place, you see that there's no one there, except, of course, for your contact, Dayon Eman, who's standing under this small side roof, mostly covered from the pouring rain. By the way, sorry, I just need to, but even so, you can see that that he's been soaked completely. That he's been soaked wet. When he sees you, he's not like waving to you or anything. He waits for you to approach. You do that, or are you all right? All right.
Yep.
You do that, and when when you're right next to him, he looks at you rather skeptically. But and he says, "Well, Sigmar's boss. This is one hell of a weather for a trip into the sewers, eh? we must be extra careful, boys. You know.
I hadn't considered that until just now.
What?
I hadn't considered that until just now. That the weather's probably messing with the conditions down there.
Well, yeah. There are. Well, there. It's almost certain that we'll encounter a flash flood or two. You know, and when the water comes, other things also tend to move. If you catch my drift. So we must be extra careful, right? You know, keep our heads clear and always ready. Are you ready? Have you got what I've told you to get?
We think so. We managed to get some supplies.
Excellent, excellent. All right. The entrance. We'll need to cross the bridge anyway. By the way, you're paying for
Yeah.
any toll
Sorry.
if that's necessary. And on the other side, the entrance to the sewers is nearby. Then it will probably at least an hour and a half of hopefully of uneventful walking and crawling to the destination. Right, let's go. Follow me. And you see that he has probably all of his stuff on him. As he moves forward to lead you, you can see that he has this rather large bump under his cloak, probably his slingback or his backpack. You also see, of course, the unmistakable silhouettes of weapons, under his cloak. He even has a short crossbow, like right next to his, leaning against his left hip and leg. Right, or his left hip and leg. He has this. You think maybe a cudgel or maybe a short sword. You're not really sure. He leads you outside the Street of 100 Taverns, through the bridge, over the bridge, and I would like for you both to now roll me minus. Actually, no, no minus. Just your basic perception tests. Nice. Brian?
Oh,
you
mine sucked.
You rolled 24, yes? Yeah, you rolled 24.
Yeah.
Yes, he rolled 24. I rolled 95.
You don't want to reroll,
What?
Johannes?
No.
Alright. Gustav.
I step in shit immediately.
No, I mean that's not much. So fortunately you didn't, but given the fact that when you are on the bridge itself, there's absolutely no respite from the rain. You can't really hide anywhere. That said, the guards who are normally, forcing the people to pay the toll, most of them are just huddled under the the towers that you can see on the map, and only try and stop a few people crossing, because despite the weather there are still lots of people here. So you're focused, on maybe not paying the toll, Johannes. That said, Gustav,
Okay.
when you are walking, towards the other side of the bridge, you're from Marienburg, so you're accustomed to seeing lots of ships on the canal, on the canals, on the rivers, stuff like that. You were born there, it's in your blood. And remember, this is not yet, it's not dark. Like, this is normally, if there wouldn't be rain, the sun would be up. So the visibility is relatively good, of course. And when you look at the river, you see something very strange. There are no big ships here. You see barges and even smaller rowboats, fishing boats, stuff like that. Of course, with this weather, they are they are mainly at close to the pier, sorry, close to the piers, stuff like that. But you don't see large ships, and normally in Altdorf there's at least a single, maybe even two war galleons from the Empire. You remember something about the Empire having two fleets. One is located near Marienburg and actually uses Marienburg's naval bases, and the other, from what you remember, is stationed near Altdorf. But there are no large ships here, and not only.
I'm gonna stop over the bridge, and I want to say out loud, like, where are the warships? Like, so that people passing can hear it too.
All right, and not only warships, but you also don't see larger trade ships, like merchant ships. Like the largest vessel you see is this rather, well, moderately large, merchant barge, but like it's out of game if you guys play the Enemy Within and you know the Berbelly boat that the players can use from, I think, the second chapter onwards. This is like twice the size of that, so it's not very good. It's not very big, not very big. You say this out loud, and let me roll right now. You see that when you said that, a few people. By the way, Johannes, you also heard that. You don't know if your guide hears that because he tries to make his way very quickly to the destination. You heard what Gustav said, and you know a few other people also heard that. They come join you, Gustav. You know, the Altdorfers, and they look out, and one of them says, "Well, that's mighty strange, I would say. Normally, we get at least one war galley in the spitting vicinity of this bridge, and now there's none. Ha! Imagine that. Maybe they're on some kind of what do they call them? The exercises, right? Like war games, stuff like that. I don't know. Well, maybe they travel to Marienburg," says the other one. You know, to join with the rest of the ships and to bring war to those accursed Norskans, eh? Ah, don't be stupid. The war is over. I bet that after Karl Franz kicked their asses, there are no Norskans left. You know, says another one. And Gustav and Johannes, you essentially hear this banter between those people. But yeah, Gustav, you can see that quite a few people, you know, gathered here, and they are discussing loudly that they have no idea what happened to the big ships, and that there should be here at least a few of them, and not only warships, but you know, one person, and you know, a middle-aged woman says, warships, more ships, but where are the merchant barges? Where are the merchant vessels? Look, there's not a single one in sight. What in Manan's name is happening here? What are you guys doing, Gustav, Johannes?
I'm gonna keep walking and following our guide, I guess. But I want to say that
That's weird.
yeah, to all the people that gathered, I'm gonna say to travel safely. It might be a strange moon tonight.
They just like, oh, thank you, you too. And you know, most people said that. Some didn't even heard you or just, you know, ignore you. One said, what the fuck this does even mean? You know, what are we saying?
Like maybe it's like an omen. You know how people are in the old world. Like maybe it's an omen that we're seeing here with the ships.
Yeah. I mean, you know, perhaps this person just doesn't know it, and you know, you're saying weird stuff, and people in the old world who are generally superstitious a lot, when they hear someone saying odd things, they usually react in a number of ways. Not all of them, especially kind or gentle or positive. Yeah. So you know, one even commented like, "Whoa, what are you saying, boy?" Something like that.
And like out of character, isn't it? When the second moon, more slug rises, it's like
yes.
stuff goes on. Yeah.
Yeah. But remember, this is not night yet, because out of game. This is at this moment. Lambert and Gaston are still in the coach. We are, you know, I'm trying to run this simultaneously. So when you are on the bridge, you know, they're probably already past the riots that they've encountered, but they're not at the Golden Triangle yet. Anyway, you know, when you catch up with your guide, he says, fancy some sightseeing. We need to move fast, boys. We need to get to our destination as quickly as possible. This entire trip, I have a feeling, will be one huge shit show. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. eventually, after you cross the bridge and you walk in between a few like box standard buildings, on the side of the city. Remember, you're very close to Kaiserplatz, so of course the buildings here are visibly better, of visibly better quality. That said, like many neighborhoods in Altdorf, over the centuries, dozens of architectural styles were used, even sometimes on the same street. So you can have, for example, a street on which half of the buildings is built in a Tilean style and the other half in the Middle Imperial style. Not to mention that some buildings have been like added to, as in going up, so you can have one like a townhouse that shares three different architectural styles, and it's like, for most people it's weird to look to witness. It's a weird thing to witness, but of course for Altdorfers this is perfectly normal. And Gustav, like Marienburg, is not the same, but it is similar enough for you not to be surprised when you see something like that. But eventually you go between like a few rows of buildings to a very small, like naturally created by surrounding architecture, like naturally created square, with an old well placed in the middle. However, the well is completely covered with wooden boards. It's probably not been used for some time, you guess, and by some time I mean probably a few decades, if not more. Even in this downpour, you can see that in nearby windows, both on the bottom floors and on the upper, there is light coming from them. People there are just waiting for the storm to pass. Your guide approaches the well and he looks at you. Give me a hand. And he produces a very small crowbar and starts removing the planks. Are you giving him a hand?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. He pries the planks, free, then passes them to you, Johannes, and to you, Gustav. Only really removing like 5. The well, when it was still active, was quite big. So when at the moment when half of the well is practically once again accessible, he takes a quick look down the dark opening and says, "All right, the iron steps are still in. We won't have to use the rope. That's good. All right, gents, I'll go first. Light a light for you, then you follow me, right? Be extra careful with those steps, right? The metal probably is corroded by now, to some degree, and with that damnable rain, it's also slick as hell. So avoid breaking your necks, eh?" he says. He very skillfully and in a rather agile way, throws his legs over the edge and goes down the well. After like less than a minute, you see from inside the well this faint, faint shine, rather faint light coming from within the well. You guess that Dayon probably, activated his lantern, and almost certainly he has this storm lantern with the small metal door in front, and he half closed it so that it gives the bare minimum light. Who goes down first?
I'll go if you have the crossbow. I'll go.
Okay.
All right, Gustav. You once again. You swing your legs over the edge of the well, and you can see the large dark, descent at the bottom, like maybe 3 meters down, something like that. There's Dayon kneeling in the rather fast running water, but still, he's holding the lamp, lighting you the way. Even from here, you can see that this is going to be a claustrophobe's hell, going down going down this ladder. But you don't really have a choice. Please roll me plus 30 perception agility test.
Plus 30?
Yeah, plus 30. Because there are metal, steps built into the side of the well. You're almost sure that you are using... nice, you passed without any problems. You're pretty sure that you are using some kind of rather illegal entrance to the canals. Because normally wells don't have metal steps built into them, and probably some kind of crime syndicate, maybe one of the local gangs, maybe even the Fish or the Hooks. You're not sure which gang operates here, if any, uses this place to access sewers. But eventually, carefully, you go down, and as you jump into the not so shallow water, you can see that this trip will be, it will be hard. The water is flowing fast. You can feel the currents on your ankles. You have high boots, fortunately, and they are made from, of course, from sturdy leather. They're of good quality, but even so, you guess that very quickly you have your feet soaked. And you have an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of hard travel through this kind of environment. Johannes, you're up, plus 30%.
Okay, well, first I make the sign of the hammer,
Of course.
and I say, "My devotion is my shield, my faith is my hammer. The light of Sigmar shines through me, and before me no darkness can prevail." And then I jump headfirst into it.
Geronimo!
Yeah. It's only ankle deep. I
Yeah.
jumped in head first.
Oh wow, nice.
Right.
Oh, you forgot to hold your clothes above your.
Gustav, you hear Johannes stand like from he's like 3 meters up, and he's saying something, but it's so loud here that you can't hear him because water is flowing here freely. The rain is splashing on your face. Johannes is saying something like you're not sure if he's addressing you or maybe or maybe your guide, Dayon. But fortunately, finally, he's trying to get down. Okay, roll me plus 30%. Yeah, you've passed
Damn.
without problems. Good thing, both of you notice that the metal steps leading down are in fact very sturdy, and they were, you guess, I mean none of you is an engineer or an architect, but you guess that they had to be installed relatively, recently. Because despite what Dayon said, you don't really see almost any trace of rust on them. Again, Gustav, you know that this entrance to the sewers is probably used by the more illicit elements of the city. You're in the sewers.
Hey, can we take a quick break for a second?
Of course.
I don't want to pee my pants.
No worries.
Sorry. All right, be right back. Hold on.
my birthday present for my brother came in.
What is it?
My birthday present for my brother came in. It's a.
It's a though.
Oh yeah. It's a Praetor missile tank, the Forge World Imperial Guard thing.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever built Forge World before, so I'm gonna hand it to him and be like, "Do you want me to help?"
Not a fan of the vehicles.
I like some of them. They're more trouble than they're worth most of the time, though. Then again, like with all the
Noticed a lot
Eldar,
of
I love all the
China
Eldar
casts.
stuff. Do what?
I've noticed like a lot of China casts. Like when I worked at White Metal Games, I put together a lot of like Forge World stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I did it in both like the real thing and the China cast sometimes. And I've noticed like a lot of the assembly issues with the real thing, the China cast would actually fix.
I didn't get the real thing. This is a
Yeah,
China
like-
cast. One,
What?
I'm not paying $400 for a fucking Forge World thing. I got the China cast. This cost me $70, and I had to wait 3 months. It arrived perfectly on time.
I think you should pay $400 for resin. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Hell, the Titan I got is fucking China cast.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
better quality than a Titan I built. That was Forge World.
anyway, sorry guys.
That and working on a absolute fuckload of Eldar terrain.
Yeah, that was looking cool.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll get back to doing some kind of hobby shit.
Well, my wife asked me like why I was bothering with building so much if I don't get a lot of games. It's like, well, because I intend to. Once my brother moves all this shit out of my garage, I intend to put a pair of folding tables in there and just have people over for games. That way, I can still keep watch of my son and enjoy my hobby.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like gaming at people's houses better than
Yeah.
the game store.
I can
It's
drink
just-
beer and talk about
yeah.
dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly. I can say outrageous things,
I'm here.
and I won't get in trouble. Hey, yep.
Right.
Ugh.
Now, the Altdorf sewers.
Mhm.
They are,
Smelly.
well, they are very specific. You all know, I mean, both of you know, that Altdorf sewer system is rather extensive. And some of them are, functional and do what they're supposed to do. Draining away rainwater and, the less savory fluids right to the river. The other ones are clogged and they're more akin to, smelly underground lakes, full of rats carrying diseases, carrying fleas and diseases. Some, like in Marienburg, Gustav, probably were never finished. And just like in Marienburg, again, they are probably used by the less savory elements of Altdorf society as meeting points, basis of operations and for other darker purposes. Both of you can very quickly see that the canal that you're in, and you guess that most canals are like that in Altdorf, they are shorter than your average man. When you're going to traverse them, you need to bow your heads. Lambert wouldn't have this kind of problem here, that he would be able to walk upright. But sadly, both of you, as well as Dayon, will need to stoop. There were rumors that this kind of thing, like the height of the canals, were deliberately made by the city, like official city you know, ruling powers of the city, as to, you know, force people not to live in the canals, not to visit them too frequently, use them as, well, yeah, I mean, use them as, you know, for certain purposes. Dayon produces a small map from under his cloak. By the way, he tells both of you, prepare your lanterns, lads. You can see that he has a storm lantern in one hand. In the other, he now looks at the map that he took out from under his cloak. Are you preparing your sources of light?
Yes, I am, and whoops, he has a torch.
Who has a torch?
Stuff has a torch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also have 3 black kerchiefs. I'm gonna hand one to Eamon and one to Johannes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
I'm
quickly put it on.
I'm gonna tie one around my face, around my mouth and my nose.
Right. You can see that Dan actually had this kind of long, heavy scarf. He had it around his neck. Right now, he's simply, you know, put it up, covered. It covers the lower side of the lower portion of his head completely. And you know, he still has, of course, his hood on. Johannes, you have the small lantern at your belt, right? It's on. All right. And what do you have in hand?
I'm gonna have the crossbow in hand. I say to Dion, this you want me to have the crossbow out, right?
Yeah, it can be useful. Just don't shoot me in the back.
Yeah.
I'll be much obliged.
Yes.
What about you, Gustav? What do you have?
I guess I'll have the club hanging from my belt, and in my main hand, right hand, I'm gonna have the crossbow pistol, and the left hand I'll hold the torch.
All right. So you have your standard torch. All right. You see that Dayon took a quick glance at the map that he has. You don't really see the details. By the way, this place is so narrow that you can only walk one after another. He muttered something under his breath, put the map back where where he took it from, and then took out the weapon at his belt, and that is indeed rather serious-looking club, like, you know, studded with metal studs and spikes. A brutal-looking weapon, and obviously used, given the fact that in the light you can see that the upper half of it's dark, and you know why. It's like you can't really remove, dried blood from once it gets into wood. Anyway, he says, "All right, onwards and upwards," and he points. He points with the club in the direction. One of the only 2 directions relative to the entrance. It's to the left, and he's off. And I mean, you're off with him, of course.
Meanwhile,
no, I mean, we are still going. Oh yeah, you can hear that, or not?
now I don't hear anything. I heard rain before.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, nothing is currently playing.
Oh,
according
no,
to the
no,
Ju-
it's fine. I'll add it later because now it will be too much of a hassle. We don't really have that much time left. So I'll just I'll just improvise. You you move through the sewers. No, there are no crickets here. Sorry, so I'm not going to use this sound.
They're mutant giant crickets.
Yeah, cricket people. Oh no,
Yeah, they're kids.
the worst kind. No, you are moving through the sewers. It is dark. It is incredibly smelly, and it is miserable. The entire trip is miserable, and I can't stress that enough. You are walking constantly, stooped. Your backs, after probably not even half an hour, like maybe 15 minutes, just ache. Your the flow of water, the flow of rainwater, because above you, especially when you pass the grates, leading connecting sewers to the streets, the rain falls down on your face, on your heads. The storm is just going and going and going. It's like this kind of storm is honestly rather strange for this kind of year. Summer storms are usually rather short. This is more akin to something that you get in late autumn or early spring. But because of that, you have the flow of water is almost constant, and even though you have high leather boots, very quickly practically your entire trousers are just soaked wet. You feel water splashing in your boots, which is, if anyone ever experienced this kind of thing, you know how irritating it is and how just fucking annoying. I hate this kind of feeling when I have water in my shoes. So you know how it is. Not only that, but even though it's warm, like it's summer, you're underground, and in a place that's actually it feels much colder than the outside, and very soon this dampness this cold dampness makes you doubly uncomfortable. Also, if you want to kill the time by chit-chatting, very quickly you are being told by Dion to not speak without absolutely needing to, because idle words, idle chit chat can bring unwanted attention. Like, he didn't expand on that, but you guess what he means. And this is another thing. When you're making your way through the sewers, even though what you mostly hear is the water rushing down, you hear other things. You hear other sounds coming from up front, but also from behind and from the side, corridors and tunnels, and they creep you out. They are very, very very scary to to hear, to experience, because of course your imagination works. Oh yeah, here it is. Wait a second. Now you hear it, right?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. And just it's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. And now I'll need to quickly roll.
How many Ninja Turtles are you going to fight?
Yeah.
Not Ninja Turtle. No, how many splinters will you fight, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quick! All right. So.
You're not real. You don't exist.
Of course.
Counter them by spraying your musk of fear.
Yes.
Suddenly, when you walk through the tunnels, you hear You only hear water. You only hear the sounds of rain splashing on the running, on horrible running cocktail of sewage, rainwater, and other things. When suddenly you hear
What?
coming from up front. You hear a scream in the dark. It's sudden. It is horrifying. Roll, all of you, agility tests. Basic.
Okay.
I might add. Because for you the scream is very far, but also very close. All right. Nice. And I'm
Bam!
going to roll for the.
I'll
guy.
use a luck.
Nice.
This seems important.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That'd be great if he fucking slips and breaks his neck in there. We're stuck in this fucking sewer.
Gustav, you fast?
Yeah, I used a luck.
All right. Johannes and Gustav, you jumped because this is the epitome of a jump scare. As I said before, for you this scream was far enough to be a few miles from you, but also close enough as to almost come from someone standing right in front of you. Gustav, you practically fell into the water. You've managed to, grab the side of the wall at the last moment. However, your guide was not so lucky. He was like, oh fuck! He just, jumped up. He slipped in the stream, in the constant flowing stream of feces and other horrible things mixed with rainwater. He fell into the water and he cracked his head on one of the, on a sewer wall stone. You hear this crack, and he went limp. And by the way, he's face down into the water. The club fell from his numb fingers and actually got caught in the in the torrent. And the lantern that he holds that he held in his other hand, it's a storm lantern, but even so, a submerged storm lantern will still go out. Fortunately, the storm lantern is attached to his wrist via a strong cord, so it's actually it's not flowing away. He went limp. What are you doing?
I'm grabbing him.
You grabbed him.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
was gonna say you're the one next to him because
Yeah.
I'm behind you.
Oh, so you're
Yeah, I'm in rescue mode.
so you're coming last, Johannes. Yes.
Yeah, I figured partly because that was the way we
All right.
entered. But
Sure.
I thought that was what they wanted me to do.
Gustav, you grab the man. You take him to the, there's not really a side in this tunnel. Like the tunnel is completely circular, so the best you can do is to keep his face
wall,
over
I
the
guess.
water. Yeah, propped against the wall. You see that the man's head is bloody. He's completely unconscious. Probably you're not sure the extent of damage that he suffered, but even so, you can feel this. You smell blood essentially. It's coming from the side of his head. He's limp. What are you going to do? You're a medic. Both of you, I think, have medicine, right?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to help him in any way?
Yeah. I think probably the first thing I would do is pour some water over his wound so I can see what we're.
So first, you remove the the hood. You remove the mask, like the cover on his face, and you take out your canteen and I presume pour the water down. Yes.
Yeah, it's a water
All
skin.
right. Now let me quickly do one thing because I need to make this right now. Okay, nice. All right, you pour the water down. You see that he fell. When he fell, he landed on the left side of his head rather badly. He probably struck his head on a piece of rock, of stone, jutting from the sewer tunnel, and he has a very nasty gash. What else? Do you want to like bring him back?
Yeah, he's breathing, conscious?
He is breathing, but he's unconscious. But if you want to, you can do two things right now. You can try and wake him up right now, and I might give you a modifier based on that, or you can make an additional medicine test to be sure what's wrong with him, and if you pass this test, your test to wake him up will be easier. It's up to you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some more time to assess what's wrong with him then.
Some more time. All right. That said, I'll say that given the conditions, the the situation that you're in, the light, stuff like that, if you want to take your time, I can give you only max plus 10%.
Okay.
Because this is really, not a place, not a time for you to work on your patient normally and without stress. So roll me medicine plus 10%. Nice! Very nice. Remember what I told you guys, if you roll 1 or 2, you get uber success during non-combat situations. That means that you will get additional bonuses. So yeah. Sorry. So, alright, you know that this man's biggest problem will probably be infection when he gets out of the sewer. But again, you also know that, certain balms and medicaments should deal with that rather nicely. You also remember the correct way of resuscitating the man, of like bringing him back. So now please roll me. You get plus 20% to your medicine because you rolled really well to wake him up. However, if you, all right, I think you still failed.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fail.
Okay.
I'll use another luck. I have
Just so you
one
know,
luck left.
if you botch, you kill the man.
Okay.
All right.
Can Johannes help me at all?
No, not in this situation. There's not enough space. And Johannes, I presume that you look around you to spot for potential,
Yeah,
visitors.
I'm scanning. I'm scanning for whatever made that noise.
Yeah.
We think it came from in front of us or behind us.
You
or we're
have
just
no
not
idea,
Sure.
and you.
Okay, I'm just yeah.
Yeah, and for starters, you thought both of you that it was like a woman's voice, but now that you think more of it, it sounded strange, alien almost, like this very high pitched, but almost like someone dragged nails over a piece of broken glass. It was horrifying sound. All right, Gustav, roll me 20% plus.
Okay.
I think you've passed, right?
I think so, but I have a pretty high intelligence.
Yeah.
Let me double check though.
Should.
53 intelligence.
All right.
Yeah, you passed.
Yeah, you've passed.
Oh.
You've passed without problem. It takes you good 10 minutes of hard working on this man, but eventually, his eyes flutter, and then they open. He looks at you and he's like, "Mama, you look so beautiful." Hey, wait, you're not my mother. What? Ah, my head. What happened? Oh. And you
He
see,
took a spill into the stream.
I remember. You see that he's in real pain. By the way, please note maker, please note that he lost only a single hit point, so that's not too bad from falling in the sewer. But he says, I only remember hearing some kind of a scream, and then darkness there and nothing more. Where are we?
Essentially where we were when you heard the scream.
Oh,
I was hoping you knew.
all right.
Dang it.
Oh fuck! Where's me mace? Me mace.
Yeah,
where is
sorry.
it?
It flowed down the river here.
Oh fuck! And my lantern. He produces the lantern. You know that the lantern is useless right now. What's the word for the piece that burns?
The wick.
The wick is completely soaked. Even though it's a storm lantern, as I said, storm lantern doused in water, it's useless. It needs to be like parts need to be replaced. And he's like, oh fuck. All right. You see that he detached the lantern and attached it to the back of his belt. All right, give me one of those torches. He says to you, Gustav.
I hand him. Thought I only had one.
Yeah, I thought we only took one.
Oh my god. All right. Wow. I thought that you took them all. All right. Okay.
Here, Eamon, you hold my torch for a second. Johannes, you hold this gauze to the wound and apply
Okay.
pressure. And I wade out into the muck and I try and kick around with my boots to try and find his mace, at least.
Roll me minus 20% perception test. Search test. Sorry, search, not perception.
Okay.
Nope.
I'll use my last luck.
All right. No,
Nope.
you can't. You kick around like crazy. You search as best as you can, but you can't find it. You're in the sewer.
The mace is gone.
He's like, all right. Still have my backup, and you see that he produces a very short. It's actually a throwing axe, but it's like it looks wicked enough to probably be used in close combat as well, if it comes to it.
Wish I knew you had that before I waded out into all that.
I use it for throwing, boy. I like my club a lot. It saved my bacon quite a few times. All right. We need to go. Pass me the torch then, and be prepared for anything. All right. Okay. So my question is, guys, how much time do we have left?
I need to wrap it up, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
looks like we have like 7 minutes left.
Okay, so we'll finish here. Sorry, splitting the party, stuff like that. I can't realistically, give everyone the same amount of time. I'm trying, of course, but I think that was a very cool session. So for now, we have Johannes and Gustav and poor Deon traveling through the muck of the Under Altdorf. Well, not the Under Altdorf, the Skaven Under Altdorf. But
The other one.
Yeah, the sewers Under Altdorf towards Golden Triangle, and we have Lambert, Cherryheart, and Gaston Larue participating in the party at the Golden Triangle itself. What will happen next time? I'm very excited because this is, I feel that something is happening right now. Something's happening. But for now, we are finishing for today. Longer session, so everyone gets 65 points. I would give 69, but then I would have to give like 11 points next time, of course, because we need to operate on full numbers. So 65 points for everyone, just for the game. For your characters, everyone gets 10 points. For place of birth, Gustav, what about you?
I said something about this is how the debt collectors in Marienburg knock Marienburg knock.
Okay, you said that.
Yeah.
Anything else, or was this just it?
I think that's it. I don't think I made any Marienburg references when we're looking at the ships.
All right, I'll give you 5 points then for that. Johannes, what
Okay.
about you? Rakeland and all things,
I don't think I said anything Reichlandy today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so too. Lambert, what about you? Except for donning the outfit, right?
yellow and green Brandenberry colors with
Yeah.
the cockatrice of their flag. I did mention that that Sir Gaston has trusted me with providing sustenance for him because my taste was that of the moot.
Hey guys, hold on a second. I gotta go. I gotta go do something. Hold on.
Okay, no worries.
She took in now that.
Okay, so you know what? That was nice. Very very cool references. I'll give you 10 points for total for that because that was very nice. Gaston, what about you?
I said something about my birth sword, and it's the first thing I grasped when I was born. That's a Carsonian thing.
That was true, and other than
That's
that,
pretty much.
yeah. So I'll give you
Yeah,
5
that's
points. All right. After that, we have religion. Gustav. What about you? You 10 points. You did run out. You know the sign of the fingers, and with Lambert, and you also, of course, did the Shalian thing of helping Dayon. That was cool. So 10 points, naturally. Right. Someone know that.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I'm in. I got left here with my mother-in-law. And she's having a bad day, so unfortunately, can somebody take over?
Yeah.
Taking the stuff. I don't think I did anything
No,
particularly star signy or doomy.
Okay. I'll give you 10 points for your religion for Sigmar. That's
okay.
it. I'll check the star sign. You can go, Sean. No worries.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We'll write about next game session on Discord. So, see you later.
Okay.
Hear you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. So Johannes gets 10 points for Sigmar. Lambert, what about your religion?
I made the crossed fingers of Ranald, and I
That's true.
tossed a shilling in contemplation for maybe Ranald could maybe have my back this time.
Okay, that's nice enough. 10 points, sure. What about Sir Gaston and the lady?
No religion. It didn't really come up.
Yeah.
Like if I was gonna say something, it'd just be kind of unnatural.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Kind of randomly say something.
That's
Kind of like how I threw in the thing about birth sword just to say something.
Yeah.
So.
That's good approach, of course. So star signs, Gustav. What about your star sign?
The dancer. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Wait a second. Now let's see, Johannes. What kind of star sign does he have?
He's a peacock, isn't he?
The Piper. No, I'm talking about Johannes.
No, Piper.
The Piper is diplomatic, cunning, shady. I will give him. I mean, he was discussing the things about entering the sewers and then stuff like that. I think I can give Sean 10 points without any problems. Lambert, what about you? You have the same one?
I have Wyman to the anchorite. It's about caution, forbearance. By helping to hide a improvised weapon on Sir Gaston, and by sewing my own tools into my doublet for a way to sneak them in, but also have that as a back entrance idea.
True, and you were speaking carefully with the guards and servants, not trying to be flippant or anything. So yeah, 10 points definitely. Gaston, what about you?
I have the drummer, so it's excessive, hedonistic, and celebratory. I don't know if concealing an ice pick in my pants is excessive, but
no, I don't think so. Really.
that's the only thing I can think of that I did that was weird. So
okay,
there you go.
No, I mean maybe during this party you'll be able to
right
to get a good opportunity. Dooming, Gustav, what about you?
Let's all sup from the cup of corruption. I didn't make any references today.
Okay, Johannes, what kind of doom he has? Let me quickly see. I have no idea, but I think Sean said that he didn't do any dooming, so I'm going to go with it. Lambert, you're dooming?
Thy tongue shall be thy undoing. I didn't mouth off.
True. And Gaston, you're dooming?
Nothing for me for sure. It's that, indulgence in thy darkest desires will end thee. I definitely didn't do anything.
Sure. Lambert, I'm giving you 5 points for Halfling, of course. And I'll give you. I mean, this was a cool enough idea, so I'm giving you Lambert and you Gaston because I don't remember which one of you thought about it. You know, the hidden things, like the things hidden in your clothes.
I think I actually brought it up first about hiding a dagger.
Okay, hiding a dagger.
And
But
then hiding my tools.
yeah, I'm going to give both of you 5 points for that.
Okay.
And please note that Sean, this was his third time, so he's getting 30 extra points for notes. Next time there's someone else. All right, so that's it for today. Now my question is, Michael, you said that when can you play? Like next time?
All right. So let me see here. Weekend out. So the next possible. Why is that? Whatever. Next possible weekend I could do would be the weekend of the 19th.
Okay. 19th. Well, I mean, obviously I can. 19th May is fine with me.
It'll be the cap off to a really shit week from the 13th to the 17th, where I'm going to be working 12.5-hour days.
Sure. What about Brian? What about you? And what about you, Andy?
It should be fine.
19th is good for me. The weekend before that is Mother's Day, and the weekend after I'm going to be at the beach, so the 19th is perfect.
Okay, right. So fortunately, I'll ask Sean if he can. Fortunately, he'll be able to. For now, our next game will be on 19th. Thank you guys for the game. I'll hear you all from later.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Later, boys.
Cool game.
See ya.
See you.
Yeah. See you.